Hello.
And welcome.
Welcome
to
the
best
podcast.
The best
podcast
podcast
in town.
Can I say the name of the town?
You can.
Beaumont.
That's our town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best podcast in the town.
I don't even know if there's any others. I think, you know what? Looking at the numbers, we're a town. There's about 17. Is it 17,000?
I don't know.
I think it's around like 17,000 people. I feel like there's got to be at least one more podcast in there, but it's probably something not gaming related.
Yeah, probably
some other
lame.
niche podcast.
Something about like robots or something.
No, not even nerdy. I'm talking like someone's like,
probably like
Harry Potter. Like what Harry Potter house are these celebrities? Or
what's the best beer?
No, that's even too cool. It's got to be stuff like stock markets, or like I feel like it's gonna
Here?
be. I feel like it's got to be something.
Or maybe it's
real
like a
lame.
French podcast.
It could. We are in a French town, so that could totally.
You guys
be
hate
it.
French people so much, but you live in a French.
No,
town.
I never say
It's
that.
a city.
It is a city. They changed it so it can keep its Frenchness. No, I don't hate French people. That's just Kai.
Oh, okay.
It's because she can't speak French.
I wasn't sure if it was like
No.
both of you or just her.
J'adore français. Je parle français très bien.
Oui.
I said I love French. I speak French very well.
I said yes.
Yeah, and you did, yeah?
Yeah. It made sense.
What did you take French up to in school?
Oh, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No.
I took it up to grade 12. I took it all the way.
Oh, I think I like dropped out in grade 4,
You can't drop out in grade 4. You have to go up to grade 7.
and it must have been grade 7.
All right.
I did
No,
like the minimum.
for me, because when my mom went to university, back then, they said you need a second language to get into university, no matter what. And so that was back in her time. So she had to take this French class, and she hated French, but she took it to get into university. So she told me, look, you're sticking with French class whether you like it or not. I didn't like it at first, but I was good at it. So she's like, okay, it's a good thing we kept you in. And then, of course, like my cousins and stuff, they never took French because I said, what's the point? And they got into university, and my mom's like, what the hell? And then she looked it up and like, yeah, that was like for like a 3-year period. They made it be like you needed French to get in. And then they got rid of that when they realized, oh God, we just shut out half, like most of the world to our university. So that was like for just a short period. But hey, I'm pretty good at it. I mean, I taught it for a bit, so I find it fun to teach. Teaching languages is fun.
I've never felt the need to learn a second language.
I think it's less about learning the language and more about learning how languages work. Because now that I know French, I can read Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, all those like other similar languages because they all work on a similar basis. If you learn one type of language, just like how English and German are pretty, like you could pretty much read German once you understand English enough because they're from a similar root family. Just like that, I opened up the amount of languages I can read and, pronounce by just learning French. Mm-hmm. So I think for me, it's more the knowledge about learning how to learn a language than the language itself. That was deep, smart talk that we normally don't do.
We're a bunch of gamers.
We are.
Well, that's fair.
Okay, but I will say knowing French has made some online stuff where I'm like playing Monster Hunter and I'm paired up with like a bunch of French Monster Hunter users. I can understand them, which is like, oh, thank God. I know to say, it'd be tu ne sautes pas dans le Anjanath. Don't jump on the Anjanath. Don't jump on him because I'm trying to attack him, right? So I can do stuff like that, right? So it's like little bits. I mean, I'd never play with a mic, but if I did, I would be able to say that.
All right.
That's
your little French tidbit.
A little bit of French.
All right.
What is it in French? Quoi? Because in Spanish, it's un poquito. Un poquito de français. I said a little bit of French in Spanish. I want to die. Okay.
All right.
So, how's it been going?
Pretty good, actually.
Good.
Putting in the work at work.
Yep.
Getting recognized for it.
Nice.
We're hiring a bunch of people soon, and I'm like, oh, I'm worried my hours are going to get cut, but I've been putting in such good work lately. They're going to try to like keep me at my where I'm at right now.
Already moving on to being a senior.
Yeah, they're going to
person.
They might give me a key soon.
No.
So, yeah.
Yo, key to their heart. Da-dunk, da-dunk.
No raise though, so it doesn't
No
matter.
raise though. It's like the next time you go and we're gonna it's like we gave you the key and we're gonna recognize you further. Now here's a second key.
Which one does this unlock?
Never.
Nothing.
It's like never use that one. Never use that one.
I've been starting to run again.
Oh, nice.
Yesterday I ran.
I
Today
should
I ran.
probably do that.
It feels good.
Oh yeah.
To push past that, like where you can recognize your limit and then push past that.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a little bit. You
Yep.
know? Just like
So I do that when I'm like full from eating, and then I recognize my limit, and then I push past it for some extra crepes, you know. So
that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah. Not the message I'm trying to send. But,
I know, but I get the feeling.
Yeah. Besides that, yeah.
You came over and painted.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for that day.
Yep.
That's nice.
We're painting, and I hope you.
Did you finish it yet?
I hope you don't have plans for after this, because
Oh.
if you want to do a little bit more, we can.
Okay.
Yeah, just a bit. It's actually just the outside again, but just the gray part now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and hey, there's money.
Ooh.
There's
Okay.
money if
Okay.
you want a bit of money.
Okay.
Because
Goes with my money.
that's what my mom's like. She's like, yeah, it's fine by me. Doubles the amount of, makes it go by quicker. And
Two-way road.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd be down. Get even more exercise.
There you go.
You know?
Oh, yeah, and that too. Yeah, it's nice for that.
But yeah, life's been pretty good actually.
Nice.
Recently.
Nice.
Yeah. I've kind of before the vacation we went on, I was kind of getting fatigued from work and fatigued from just I'm just like tired from like this half of the year with like you know what.
Everything.
Literally everything.
Apparently, we can say its name now.
COVID-19?
We can say COVID-19. We can say coronavirus. YouTube will not.
That's good.
They've come down and said, like, look, it's impossible to not discuss it. You're fine.
But now they're taking away the captions.
Yeah, they're like, not enough people use it. And I'm like, yeah, it's because half the YouTube videos that go up are trash. The ones that use it are like 0.1%, but that's still a lot of videos.
Yeah. I mean, it just like it helps a lot of people too.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make them enough money. So
That's what it is. And so they're getting rid of the community captions, meaning the ones that people do for free for other people.
yeah.
They're still allowing captions, but done by the uploader, which makes no sense because usually the uploader only speaks one language.
Yeah.
So, and they said for those who use it, though, they're going to give a free trial to a professional captioning service. So there is that. But again, that doesn't solve the problem of getting 300 people who speak 300 languages to translate it versus, well, I can pay for 2, right? So...
And some people might have gotten paid for that too, right?
No, these were mostly done through just for free.
I mean, just like if like
So now,
third-party
the
stuff.
thing is, now they can be paid for it. Because now a person can say, look, I was doing the community subtitles for your videos. Could I do them officially for you if you pay me $50 a video, let's say, flat rate or something, whatever. I don't know their rates, but they could ask for that now. And that could be a thing that they do. But just for now, doing it by like whoever, it's not a thing anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Another stupid decision by YouTube, but
I'm so happy I'm not like I'm a content creator.
I honestly...
Sometimes I wish I was, because like it'd be fun.
Yeah.
But then I realize, there's
Oh
just
yeah,
way too much.
no.
way too much
do
to
it
deal with.
now just because it's a fun thing to do. Anyone who says I'm gonna make it big on YouTube, oh my god, you're screwed. Unless you have a gimmick that is crazy enough or have enough money to be like Mr. Beast and come out of nowhere and just be like,
By the world.
$10,000 challenge. Hold your hand on this car for 40 billion years and you get the car and the money. It's like, yeah, the only reason he's able to get that far on YouTube is because he has ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah.
Like you can't start from the bottom on YouTube. It's impossible. You gotta have a gimmick or you gotta be rich and pay for those subscribers pretty much to get started.
Well, we're on YouTube right now.
Yeah, it's true. Well, some people are listening on YouTube.
Yeah.
Most people, I think, listen on...
Is the podcast monetized?
It's monetized, yes. Just with not the like interrupting ads, but just the pop-up ones. By default, with my channel corporation thing, they default put ads on all my stuff. So
Okay.
and they protect me from stuff. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I like the ads that are when I'm watching like a video essay, for instance.
Yeah.
They put the ads between the topics, which I like.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like,
So you
I'm done talking about this. Here's an ad, and then we continue on. Like
Yeah.
it was like it's a commercial.
like it's a commercial. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can literally just click and place them where you want them to go. So that's really nice. And if you're an organized person, you can do that. Thankfully, there is a thing where YouTube will automatically look for darkness and silence, like a cut. And when you go place ads automatically, it will place them there. So like say I'm playing a game and I just beat an encounter with something and the screen goes black with silence, it will put them in there. So that is nice. However, it also sometimes just throws them wherever. So
Yeah, it's like middle sentence, and it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what,
it's like whatever.
is this part of the video? Like I have to look over.
I honestly don't pay too much attention for that. All I do is cut down on, because when you hit do ads automatically in a 10-minute video, it might put 8 ads, and I'm like, that's a lot. That's about 1 a minute. It's about 1 a minute and 10 seconds. That's too many. So I usually cut it out to a commercial every 3 minutes or 15 minutes there, just so that it's better pacing. You know, you don't want to scare people away.
Masks are mandatory now in
Thank
Edmonton.
God.
Are they here in Beaumont?
They're not, but you will pretty much see everyone with them.
Oh, that's good.
I went to go to Shoppers Drug Mart to pick up some happy pills, and I saw an old lady there, and she was the only one not wearing it, and my God, was she looking bitter. She was like a super angry old woman, and I'm like,
That's what I want to happen to those people. I want them to be singled out and be like,
yeah,
guilty.
oh yeah. So I'm like, man, and everyone's glaring at her.
When people come into the store I work at without masks, I treat them a little bit less nicely. Not like I completely treat them like trash. I'm like,
Are they allowed in your store?
yeah, I was told like just allow them. It's a human rights thing or whatever. But
It's not your human right to buy alcohol if you're breaking the law without a mask. I don't know about that, my man, but all right. I know it's a customer thing.
yeah, I'm not just deal with it. Then we have like a glass pane at the till.
Okay.
And we're wearing masks too, so it's like it cuts it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's also
like,
probably good for safety.
oh yeah.
The glass pane there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird because like the right till it's covered, but the left till it isn't. It ends right before.
Oh. So one of you are safe.
Pretty much.
It's like, are you on the safe till today, or am I?
And like yeah,
Hope you brought your body armor.
wearing those things 8 hours a day, you kind of just forget they're there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And
Like I find the people who complain about the masks.
and it's honestly nice. I'm a pretty private person in public.
Oh yeah, I love covering up
Yeah.
my face. I love it. But for the people who are like, oh, the mask, it hurts so much, I can't breathe.
It does kind of like hurt the back of my ears a little bit.
Get one of the back connectors.
What
You can get a back connector that goes instead of on your ears. It connects the two ends on the back.
because I don't have a cloth one. I just use the.
Okay, yeah. If you
blue and
get
white
a
ones.
cloth one, you can get like an extender for
Do
the
they
back.
work?
The cloth?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Or
absolutely.
is it like? Because like I like the blue and white ones.
one
'cause
thing
they
I'll
work,
but one thing I'll say
but I don't know about the.
is
Cloth.
the cloth ones don't fog up my glasses.
Okay, I hear that opposite
What?
from other people. Because people come with cloth glasses.
Mind you, it depends on the type of material they use. Good materials, I have a couple. I had one that was really good, but then it kind of exploded in the washing machine because I washed it too hard. I said you can machine wash it. I'm like, cool, and I did it, and like all like the entire string ripped out.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
like, oh well, I don't know about that. That one was really good because it 100% no.
Did it have
worries.
like the metal part?
It did. Yeah.
Okay. That's if I'm going to get a cloth one, I need that metal.
Of
'cause
course.
the
Oh yeah.
glasses. Yeah.
And now I got a gaming one. Did you see my gaming one?
No.
Well, I'll show you a picture because it's upstairs right now and I'm not going to run out of the podcast. But I got one with all these game controllers on. Well, my dad got it for me. He went to Canadian Tire and was like, oh, you need this.
Oh my God.
So right here.
Oh my God.
It has all these game controllers on it. So this one is it's still good. It doesn't fog up that much, but it's smaller on the face. Like the one I had before went like all the way around and was really nice. Yeah. This one it's a bit smaller, which I don't like as much, but still no fogging. Mm-hmm. So it does depend on the material. If you buy cheap, you get cheap, pretty much, right?
That's fair.
But no, I like them. But what I was saying before I was interrupted again, the people who complain about it must have no problems in life.
Yeah.
Like, for such a minor thing to inconvenience them to the point of tears or crying, you must have a damn fine life where nothing goes wrong.
I'm jealous.
Like, can you imagine? They probably have nothing that goes wrong in their life, and if this is their biggest problem, you're amazing. You must be living the highest life ever.
And like, there's people who like, so we have like a big glass between the till and the outside.
Yeah.
So like people can see in, we can see out, and like some are walking towards the door, and they like look at me and like do this. They point to their face. I'm like, yeah, and they go out and actually get it because they forgot and they were like, oh, I actually give a shit.
Yeah. So the people who forget and then go, and I'm like, that's
we'll
awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you for respecting me.
The thing
right?
in our liquor store, they have to go all the way through the store and out again.
Yeah.
But again, it's like I like those people who actually like care,
Yeah,
not the people who just who don't have a mask, who walk past the hand sanitizer and just.
We have a super huge person that we know. I'm not going to say who. They're not family, so that's okay. But there's a person that my family knows that is not only a staunch anti-masker, but she believes that this virus was made to make Donald Trump look bad. And whenever she sees one of the masks, she goes and says, like, why are you guys being sheep? What are you doing? And we're just like, oh my God. These are the people that are, it's frustrating.
It is. It's like, if you want my logic, just wear it now and then you won't have to wear it for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah.
It's not that hard to comprehend.
It's not that hard. And they actually made it now. All teachers will need to wear them, and all students grades 4 and up.
Okay.
Which is stupid because the ones grade 3 and below are sticky, and they are constantly moist and constantly rubbing up against things.
But those kids are like, they're not gonna.
I think they're making like they're like, oh, these kids can't wear them. It's uncomfortable. It's like, here, I'm gonna tell you what you do. And I saw this on I saw this on Facebook, and I actually thought this was brilliant. Here's how to get your kids totally fine with wearing masks. Tell your kid, do you want to play the iPad? You have to wear your mask during it. Do you want to watch TV? You have to watch your mask. You wear your mask during it. Do you want to play video games? You need your mask. They will become used to wearing masks immediately. They don't care while they're playing stuff or watching stuff. They'll be like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
People think
some of
kids.
Them. Not all kids are.
Of course, and there are kids that are like, if some people with like autism and stuff, like the feeling is they can't do that. That's different, of course. I'm talking about completely neurotypical, the average child. It's like, it is. I think people don't give kids as much credit as they deserve. They understand what masks are for. They don't fall into conspiracy theories. That's the adults. That, like, I never see kids going, Mommy, why is that person wearing a mask? They just get it. But you see old people going, why are you wearing a mask? This is a conspiracy. Justin Trudeau made it to make us all look like we're in blackface. I don't know.
What? Did you just come up with that? Is there someone...
Oh, do you know the Justin Trudeau blackface story?
No. I do.
Yeah, that's all I was referencing.
Okay. I thought someone actually said that.
They make weird connections. I wouldn't be surprised. There was people saying, oh, he looks like Fidel Castro. How do we know he's not Fidel Castro's son? It's like, what? My man's French.
Okay, that reminded me. We have to watch a series today. We don't have to watch it all.
Okay.
But it's like it's called All Gas, No Brakes.
Okay.
The craziest people.
What is it?
It's just this guy who goes around the country interviewing random people at random events. He went to a Donald Trump Jr. book event.
What a good name. All Gas, No Brakes. I love that.
Yeah, we're going to watch some of his videos today.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good.
And yeah, anyone listening to him, he's getting a show on he's getting a comedy show. He got called by like Eric Andre, I think.
Okay, yeah.
To make a show, so.
Nice.
Yeah, check him out.
It just reminds. Have you heard about Sacha Baron Cohen? Have you heard about his latest thing?
No.
He's going to court versus Mitch McConnell from the United States government because he like did something where he accused him of being a pedophile, and because there's evidence that he might actually be, and then Mitch like sued him. So now Eric Andre is countersuing, and it's going in a way that it might actually make evidence come to light and send Mitch McConnell to prison.
Oh my god.
And people are saying, I cannot wait for this movie to be done. Because if this is secretly like part of like the third like Borat sort of thing, oh my god,
It's gonna be awesome.
this is gonna be nuts, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know the full details, but like this battle is going, and it's going in favor of Sacha Baron Cohen.
Cool.
Cool.
Let's talk some video games?
Talk some games. Yeah, boy.
I'm just gonna go first again.
Go first. We have a format. We follow it. It's as simple as that.
Persona 5 Royal.
How's it going?
Good.
Where
I
you
haven't played in a week or two because just other stuff.
Yeah.
But where am I? I'm between Kamoshida and Madarame right now.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm just kind of like vibing out.
Yeah.
Doing the stuff.
Enjoying. Chilling.
I unlocked the Thief's Den, which is like
Wow, that's early.
It's just right after the first palace.
Nice.
So you know what it's all about?
It's like a customizable room, right?
Yeah, where you can like check out music, where you
Nice.
can like look at the movies, cutscenes.
It's a nice hangout place. I
Get
like when
awards.
games have a place where you want
That's
to hang
very
out.
customizable. You can like change the themes.
Nice.
So like, it's like there's like a Kamoshida's palace theme. I'm sure there's going to be a theme for each.
for each
palace.
of them probably.
There's like a Velvet Room theme,
Nice.
and you can put like models of like literally everything, even like the boss Kamoshida in the
Could
center.
you put the personas?
You can put the main character personas.
Oh, okay. Maybe later on you'll get the ability to
maybe.
unlock the others.
But yeah, it's super cool so far.
Just put Maras everywhere.
Yeah. And yeah, I got to Mementos. I unlocked Jose. The
I know nothing about Egghead Kid.
he basically he makes Mementos fun.
Oh.
There's like collectibles everywhere
Oh.
that you can redeem to get basic items like health and MP, and there's stamps locations, and if you get all of them, you can redeem them to modify Mementos, where it gives you a bit more XP in each battle,
Okay.
or a few other things.
Neat.
But yeah, it makes Mementos really
More enjoyable.
more enjoyable. But yeah, I'm loving it so far. Other than that, the Animal Crossing update came out.
Yep.
The Dreams. Been playing a bit of that. You get the bed from Luna. Have you played it yet?
No, I haven't yet.
No. You get the Dream Suite bed
Oh, yeah.
in the mail.
Do you have to specifically use that bed to go
No.
into the... Okay.
Any bed.
Okay.
But you can basically just make your own Dream Suite.
So you could roll onto the wrestling ring and fall asleep?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it like puts the bed in that dream town.
Okay.
In like the little city, the town square. I went to one fireworks show on Sunday there. It was all right. It gives you it does like the Reds raffle, and it gives you balloons, like disposable stuff that you use and then it's gone.
Not a huge fan of those items.
No, me neither.
Because I don't see much of a point.
Well, the balloons, you can like decorate your town with balloons.
Oh, I
and all
guess.
that.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And then you get I think each Sunday when the fireworks starts, you get a new headpiece from Isabel
Yeah.
that glows in the dark or whatever. Besides that, I went to the new Ica Village, which isn't as good as the original.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it comes from the fact that the 3DS is 240p, or it's 144p, and like kind of creepy because it's low res. Where once you see it in HD, it's a little less creepy.
It's not that. It's that I think the user recognized or went a little bit too overboard with the creator abilities.
Oh.
Because they
yeah, limitations
started
can
like
help.
four.
Yeah.
Like there's like 4 separate storylines going on.
What?
Yeah.
That's a
Like,
lot for a...
modification of villagers. Like a desert space where like they found like a robot villager and space people playing arcade games.
Huh.
Ica Village is like is sprinkled in there too.
Huh.
It is kind of creepy a little bit here and there, but it's definitely not as coherent as the original.
They are getting rid of, though, glitch villages, so at least hopefully that issue
Somewhat.
won't be an issue. No, they're getting rid of them.
Oh yeah, like
Like, they're banning them.
that sucks.
I don't know. Because, I mean, I think Kai, her copy got borked by trying to go to one of those villages.
Oh really?
Yeah, like it killed her save data.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's a New Leaf, not the
I
new
thought-
one. No,
okay.
but it did that in New Leaf. So because of that, I think it's good that they're getting rid of ones that, if you mistype someone's address and go to a glitch one, it doesn't kill your save, right?
Okay. Yeah. What else? trying to think if there's like, I've started redoing my like main room.
Yeah.
In my house. I just started that, so it's not really going anywhere yet, but I have an idea.
Good.
Yeah, that's it for Animal Crossing. And Cuphead.
Cuphead, how you doing?
That dragon boss,
It's bad, isn't it?
it's a bitch.
Oh yeah. Did you do the technique where you face backwards and shoot the rebound
Yeah,
bullets?
I had to use that.
Yeah.
I had to use
You
that.
have to pretty much use that. There's like no way to otherwise.
Spent
'cause
like an hour on it. That third phase with like the 3 heads.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's just going to shoot the red balls, and you're just going to avoid them, and then he shoots the fire in the middle. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god. Eventually beat it.
So that boss is right from Mega Man 2.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah.
It did kind of look familiar.
It's right from Mega Man 2. It's that boss is known Mega Man 2 Dragon. As you can see.
Yeah, that's where I recognized it from.
And it's like it's the same thing. It's coming at you and you have to dodge on platforms. Eventually it stops, but like it's tough.
Before that, when I fought the bird one, and Gene said that was his like toughest one, but I felt that one was pretty easy.
Bird one.
Where it's like a bullet hell in that second phase with all the feathers.
Oh yes, right, yeah.
I didn't find that one too difficult, but the one after the dragon was the bee boss.
Oh, yes,
which,
yes.
scrolls up.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then she turns into a plane at the bottom.
Yeah.
And basically, like, you're gonna have to be there the whole time, like right beside her, like inches away from death.
Tough. It's tough.
So I used the lob ones.
Yep,
shoot down.
smart.
So that took about another hour.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm really liking it.
Gonna get that DLC soon?
Oh yeah,
Or
probably.
when it comes out.
Eventually.
Yep.
It's on PS4 now.
The DLC?
No, the Cuphead.
Oh, Cuphead itself. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't put that in the news, but
Yeah, it was just it's a small thing, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Now it's playable everywhere.
coming to Switch was big, and then after it hit the Switch, it's like okay, now it's like whatever.
but that's about it. I've been playing.
Okay.
Okay.
So I did a couple games for my marathon, being Pokken. Played through that game story mode. It still features the worst voice acting in a Nintendo created game ever. It's so bad. It's very clear they got actors that just speak English who live in Japan, and that was the only prerequisite. It's rough. I love it. Played through ARMS. Fun to go back to every now and then. Played through Fire Emblem Warriors. Boy, playing through that game again, it's like there's things I like and things I don't. So if we get another Nintendo Warriors, I hope they just polish it up that little bit more. Use the systems from Pirate Warriors 4. Like, come on. That's like, they evolved the Muso with that. I hope they don't go back. We did a Mario Kart tournament. I won. Hoo-cha. Because when I play Mario Kart, I get silent and go into the zone and just win. Mario Kart makes me go into another dimension. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't even look at the game while I play. I just feel the tracks. It's awesome. Then we had a Smash tournament, which I didn't win.
Oh.
I was lost to a Ridley player who...
Did you talk about this last time?
Not last time.
Or
I
did you just-
talked to you about this when we were painting.
Oh, right, yeah.
But he used his side B to launch me off the stage, and then jumped and used his side B to slam me off the stage after he already took a stock, which is the Dr. disrespect. Oh, I got so salty.
Did you get banned?
What? No, he won the tournament.
No, did you get banned?
What do you mean did I get banned? Oh, because Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
Haha, funny. But then I got a little bit further into the losers bracket, and then I got kicked out. So it's like, well, I'll take about 4th of the 8th. It's like not that bad.
We'll be talking about Smash later.
Oh yes, because we got some cool stuff to say. I've been playing Fate Grand Order, the mobile game. The Servant Summer Festival is here. It is the summer event, which are known to be the ones that people are like really enjoy. The last one was a race where all these characters got into Mario Kart carts and you picked a team and you like as you did missions you advanced them in the race, which was pretty fun. This one is about, now hold on to your socks because this one's kind of wild. You and all the servants go to Hawaii. You go there for the servant convention called Servant Fest. But at that convention, everyone loves to sell... Do you know what the word doujin is?
Not really.
It's basically the Japanese word for fan comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so everyone... So you're in Hawaii, and you're making comics to sell at a convention. Meanwhile, Mecha Saber is there.
Why?
And you need to stop her because she's a cop. And all cops are bad. So you need to stop Mecha Saber, who's a cop from space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty fun event. There's like a lot of story. A lot. It's interesting because like when you have like seasonal events and stuff, they're usually small things. These events that this game gets are so long. There's probably going to be I'm about like a third of the way through, and there's about 4 hours of cutscenes already.
Wow.
That's not gameplay included. 4 hours of cutscenes, and I'm a third of the way through. It's a lot. But it's enjoyable because it's times for the characters to kind of just have more fun and it's not serious. You know, you'll have characters just doing stuff that like you're staying in a hotel, so you have one come up and say like, "Oh, I got reservations for dinner at 7. You know, you want to change and we can go and oh the restaurant's closed. Let's go to the beach." And it's just the way that they talk and the way that things are happening. You're like, this is the most realistic vacation I've ever seen in a game because they'll do stuff like go through customs at the airport that you don't see in other things. Mm-hmm. And they're just talking about like, oh, how are you going to get through security considering you're like a warrior with swords and stuff. So they go and change and it's like, it's enjoyable for a summer event there. My big roles haven't come yet though. Because there's a banner for Mecha Saber coming up, and I'm saving up for her because I really want her. I'm gonna show you what she looks like.
You're gonna get all those sabers.
Well, I hope I will. This is what she looks like. This one right here.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Looks nothing like her.
Well, that's because as she takes off her armor, then she looks like that, and then she takes off her armor and she looks like that. So, but here's the thing: as you level her up, she wears less and less mecha armor, because then after this comes, like, her... I don't know if they have it here, but she's just, like, in her, like, regular clothing. And I'm like, why do I want to level her up past this? This is the coolest. The full mecha suit is rad. Like, why would I want her to be battling in a bikini? Screw that. I want her battling like a mecha. Now, the good thing is, whenever you level up a character, you can then say use previous costume.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't have to worry. But yeah, every character has, like, 4 costumes, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so I've been playing that.
And mobile game related news.
Oh yeah.
I don't play it like very much anymore, but they added a thing, the Pitter Patter Pop, that
That's the JoJo game for those who don't know.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Okay.
It's probably going to tell me to download. Like, there's an update for this game every 2 days.
That's mobile games.
I think it's an ability to upgrade single characters now. And to give them partner characters.
Okay.
So it's like Polnareff and Iggy and that type of stuff.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I've been playing Metabots on the Game Boy Advance on RPG. I played a lot as a kiddo. And boy, I was really worried because normally games that I go back to that I played as a kid, that I remember as a kid being hard, I go back to as an adult, and I'm like, I don't know how I was able to get far in this because I can't even touch it now.
Well, because you have more time.
Because you had more time, right? So I was like, man, this is going to be tough. But now that I'm an adult, I'm actually rocking through this one.
Oh.
I'm doing really good. Like, I got to one boss that took me like a year to beat as a kid. And now I got it like in one try. I'm like, holy crap. Mind you, one of the reasons for that is because I'm playing it via totally legal emulator, because it is a legal emulator what I'm using, I'm able to fast forward, which for RPGs is really good for random encounters, because then you can just hit that fast forward button and get through them real fast. I'm also using a lot of save states, and here's why.
You're cheating.
But here's why. In this game, whenever you beat an opponent, imagine a robot is made out of 4 parts: a head, one arm, another arm, and then their legs, right? Whenever you beat them, you're given one of their parts at random. So if you want to get, all the parts of one of them, you have to beat them 4 times. And you have to make sure you beat them each time you get a different one. Because that's the thing, you can get repeat parts.
So it's kind of like Monster Hunter.
A little bit, but here's the thing. There's some characters that you only fight 4 times in the entire game. Meaning that if you don't get all their parts, you never get them all.
Oh.
So because of that, if you're playing it casually, you would reset to make sure you beat the boss and get a certain part. To get over that, I literally beat them, make a save state, and then just as soon as I beat them, I hit A and it says, you got this part. And if it's not the part I want, I load that state, press A, you got this part, to make it so that I can get them all. It's cheating, but at the same time, it's actually, I don't know if it's not really cheating, because all it's doing is making it so I don't have to re-battle the bosses over and over. Like if I beat them once, I can beat them. It's just that I don't have to then reset my game and try again over and over, especially because there's cutscenes before bosses, and that takes a long time, but I've been enjoying that. I also just played, just recently, before you came, I played Fall Guys. Have you played Fall Guys? Did you try falling in your chair as a joke on this audio podcast?
Yes.
You realize that this is an audio podcast and nobody would hear that noise, right?
But now you're describing it,
now
so now they
I am
understand
describing it. You are correct. Have you tried Fall Guys? He says, looking deeply into his phone at something for JoJo Pitter Pop.
Something concerned me.
Okay.
The Twitter thing is being discontinued, I think.
Oh, okay.
Which means like you can't like transfer saves anymore.
Well, it probably is marking the end of that mobile game then soon.
No.
Dude, mobile games in Japan either live or they die. They either reach the top or they... Oh, they'll make another JoJo one right away. They always do.
Better.
There's probably already one in the works.
Even though I'm not playing it, I want to be able to play it,
True. Welcome to why some people don't like mobile games. So have you played Fall Guys yet?
I downloaded it. I've heard very good things about it, but...
So I played one round of it just while you were on the way here. I got, I think, like 30th out of 60. That game is, I can see why people love it, but at the same time, it feels like a pair of socks that are too tight.
And you hate socks.
I do hate socks.
What does this even mean?
So the way you...
Is it like suffocating you?
The controls feel a bit suffocating. The way you run, the way you jump, the dive button making you fall over like a helpless little, infant, certainly makes the controls feel very restrictive. For example, if you jump, so jumping naturally makes you feel like you go faster. I know a lot of people are like running and like you see them running and stuff, but if you jump, you go faster. But if you jump and you touch anything, could be another dude, could be a bump on the floor, your character falls over and wiggles around.
It's almost like it's called Fall Guys.
I know, but it's like
It's supposed to be like that.
Probably.
Probably.
I feel like I'd like the game if it cranked up the movement a bit. It feels very restrictive right now.
Does it... I was going to say, does it feel like Little Big Planet? But I don't think...
So Little Big Planet is floaty and jumpy.
Yeah.
This is the opposite. This, like, imagine if Sackboy was, like, 500 pounds heavier. Like, it's the same floatiness for the jumping, but it's, like, low and heavy.
They're like mighty beans with arms.
They are like mighty beans. Yes, that is what they feel like. They don't roll as well, though. So when I played, I got a race to the end, that's pretty fun. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. But then the next one I got is this one where you're like in a 3-colored like triangle arena, and there's 6 balls on it, and it says keep the balls in your team's side. So it's a team one, meaning that you could get knocked out not by your own skill, but by your team's skill. I wasn't super for that. I prefer games that are very open with like anyone can win. Not so much if you're put with a team. I get way saltier with a team because if I see a teammate who's just standing there, that makes me angry. If I see an opponent in a race just standing there, I say, haha, sayonara, sucker. I'm getting your point, right? But I could see why a lot of people find it fun. I think with a bit of practice, I could be a lot better. The actual jumping isn't too bad. The randomness in some stages leads to chaos, but it's, you know what? If it wasn't free, I probably wouldn't buy it. But the fact that it's free means I'll boot it up a couple times. And it has a horrible system for unlocking stuff, by the way.
That's another thing I've been playing. The Modern Warfare 2 Remastered.
Oh boy.
It was like one of the first M-rated games, one of the first shooters I've ever played. So
rated M for war crimes.
It's nice to go it's nostalgic.
Okay.
You know, like the faces of the characters look really weird, but maybe it's because
probably what they looked like back in the day, my dude.
Probably. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's actually like really fun. Like some of the missions, you're like on the side of the mountain, climbing up, doing a little bit. There's one part where I'm like,
is that the one where you have to shoot up the airport?
That's the mission after, I think.
Okay, yeah. I know a lot of people love that mission.
And it still gives you the option to skip it.
A lot of people love that mission. The same people who think, the people who I know love that mission were the same ones who, as a punchline of a joke, would just play the Russian national anthem. That was their idea of a punchline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
we've talked about those people before. People with too much knowledge of war stuff without necessarily acknowledging the war crimes.
But yeah, I've been playing that.
Nice. And then I've been catching up on Kamen Rider 01, the newest one. I think I've described it to you before, but it's basically what if Spider-Man inherited Stark Technologies and Stark Technologies decided to go haywire? How would he react? Also, what if Spider-Man was a comedian? Because he does stand-up jokes.
So is this Kamen Rider owned by Sony?
He's not.
Okay.
Thank God. He's getting a game on PlayStation though, and we'll talk about that later. But I enjoyed the first 15 episodes a lot, and now it's into what can only be described as the weirdest tournament arc ever, where basically a CEO from a company says another company says to not Peter Parker, he says, look, we're gonna do a battle, and if I win, I get to buy your company. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. The first thing we're gonna do a flower arranging competition. So you're going to train one of your robots, and I'm going to train a human with Google glasses, basically his version of Google glasses, to see who can win. Mm-hmm. And it's they go through this tournament, and what happens is the human ends up beating the crap out of the robot. I'm talking physically. I'm not talking about in the competition of flower arranging. This human's robots will never understand flower arranging, and shoves them over. Jeez. And the robot's well, dang, I hate humans now, and goes on a rampage trying to kill him. And then they're well, I guess technically the winner was the guy who pushed them over because they still had a better flower arrangement, even though he antagonized this robot and made it go haywire. Second round. All right, we're going to see who is better at selling houses. Your house selling robot or my house seller with Google glasses. And the exact same thing happens. Guy with Google glasses basically sets fire to the house that the robot is selling and says you've never lived in a home all your life. You are a robot. You don't know what it feels like to grow up in the slums. And then the robot's well, guess I hate humans now, and goes on a rampage. Same thing again. Third time in a row. Now they're doing a lawyer battle. See, and I'm oh my God, are we really doing this for 5 rounds? The exact same thing. I have a robot, I have a human antagonizes robot decides to go and like attack, and I'm like, oh my god. I've heard once this ends, it cranks up to be amazing. But right now it's just like that section where you're like, oh god, can we just get going? It's the same thing. I mean, it's still funny, which I can enjoy. There's parts that make me laugh. There was a foreman robot who got blown up, and they're like, who's going to repair our house now? And then the main character's like, well, wait, he was a robot, right? Let's just make 6 more of him. And they make 6 of the same guy, but they're all colored like Power Rangers, and they're using their like tools and drills and stuff while posing with explosions. And so I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time, but I need to get past this one pretty mediocre arc right now. All right. Let's get into the news.
Swen.
What?
What?
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Did you say Swen? 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 What?
Think about it.
Is that news backwards?
Yes.
What does that have to do with anything?
What does Kamen Rider have to do with anything?
Because that's what I was watching! Alright.
But Swen is news backwards, and the news is relevant to the podcast.
Okay. Go ahead with the Xbox Games Showcase.
So yeah, there's an Xbox Game Showcase.
Yes. I watched this live.
Yeah. First things, we're just going to go through the list as we usually do.
Some of them will have a lot to say. Some of them will have nothing.
Dragon Quest XI coming to Xbox and PS4, but it's a Switch port.
So it has less graphics than the original
So
version.
there's literally no point if you have the Switch version.
Yeah, so just buy the Switch version, honestly.
Which I'm going to do.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I've been playing it. It's a good game.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Still got to get around to it.
Oh, yeah.
One of these days.
Yep.
Balan Wonderland.
Yo, I'm so hyped for this.
What is this?
So it's a new game.
Why is everyone so excited for this?
Because it's a new game by the guy who made...
It reminds me of Tearaway.
What? No, God, no. It's a new game...
As in the fact of it's kind of just like that game, you know? It's there.
No, nothing like it. Basically, it's a game by Naoto Oshima and Yuji Naka, who were the creators of... Well, first, they were like their old Sega employees. So they worked on Sonic, not 100%... Like the old Sonic, but then they went on to make, and the game that this is probably like most based on, which is Knights. Knights is so good. Oh, I love Knights. But also Billy Hatcher, and like all those like... of the era Sega 3D platformers. So this is them coming back together to make a new one, and it looks like one of their old games, but like with like super HD graphics. The concept is basically, hey, are you like depressed? Well, then one day you'll end up walking to this mysterious theater called the Balan Theater, and there you'll get to face with Balan, who's like this jester dude, because of course it's like Knights, and he will help you overcome your troubles. So it'll be like one of the main characters that you run into is like, I have trouble recognizing people's emotions and have worries about, am I pushing people away? So then through platforming and challenges, you overcome your fears. So it's like a 3D platformer with like different power-ups. I think there's like 100 different power-ups in the game among like 8 playable characters, and each of them gets like a costume and stuff. So it looks like a fun 3D platformer that based on, you know, the really like Naoto Oshima's artwork is so stylish and different from anything else. So I'm down. I'm super in.
Craig Infinite.
I had to think about that for a second. Okay.
Halo Infinite.
Can I just say, there's people who are like, this game looks bad because the guns look worse. And I'm like, shut up. There's color. It's running at 120 FPS, which is kind of buck wild. And in general, so it looks worse than Halo 5 in terms of graphical fidelity, but it has an art style that isn't hyper-realism, which instantly elevates it for me. The fact that it's going back to the Halo 1, 2, 3 style instantly makes me go, this is better than 4 and 5.
It looks fun.
It looks fun.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
Like the part where he like leaps out of the car and like just takes down the dude.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's sick. How do you feel about the whole... I don't know if it's like confirmed yet, but the whole Infinite's going to be like the Halo game for the rest of for another 10 years.
So I mean,
Halo 7's going to be a part of this game, and Halo 8, that type of thing.
Well, for one, I think that's super fine because I mean, kind of the Master Chief Collection has been updated for years and years and years, right?
But those are separate games.
No, they are, but it's still it's shown that like the Master Chief Collection, there's people playing it now just as much as before because they just kept adding stuff to it. Mind you, they're adding old games, but every time they add, I mean, frick, by the time you played Halo 1 multiplayer with me, and by the time I recorded my videos, they added in the whole ability to do multiplayer customization for Halo 1. So, they made huge changes to it that, show that if over time it keeps changing, that's awesome. And we just got given a present. Which one is which, do you know?
This is peach. This is mango.
Do you want peach or mango?
Peach.
Peach. Enjoy the peach. We got Mick Cafes given to us, so here you go. I wouldn't sip it mid-podcast unless I'm talking and you're fine. Oh, he's doing it right now. He's getting it ready. Getting the stuff ready. I record with a drink for almost all my videos. I'm really bad for that. I do big sippies all the time. I'm a sippy boy. So basically what I'm saying is I don't find it turning into a games as a service is a problem because of the fact that we've seen that 343 Studios can update a game in a way that is good over time. We've seen it with the Master Chief Collection. So I don't find that being a problem. Because you can't update the Master Chief Collection to have new stuff, really. Modified old stuff. But even, there was way more in the Master Chief Collection than I ever expected. So I think they could handle it well.
The guy at the end of the thing, was he an old enemy?
So this is the interesting thing. And in general, what it seems like the story of this game is based off Halo Wars, the strategy games. So I actually I just bought Halo Wars 2 because I'm like, well, I'm gonna need to play that to get the story. So he's from the spin-offs there. So they're kind of incorporating that into the mainline stuff. So okay. Other things are it is going to be the multiplayer will be free to play for anyone with an Xbox. Which I think is a great idea.
What about Steam? Because it's coming to Steam too.
I think it will be free there too, probably. Just the multiplayer. And, well, they talk about stuff like there'll be battle passes and stuff. I'm sure if you buy the game, you'll get those, right? Because then that's how they do it. At least for the first couple, they'll be like, yeah, you get the battle pass for free if you bought the full game. Probably not?
Nope.
All right, that's fine. I don't care too much.
We live in a society,
Tanner.
I
don't care too much.
There's absolutely nowhere they're doing that.
Look, unless they bring back the Ryu Hayabusa armor. Did you know that's in Halo? Dude, in Halo 3, you can be Ryu Hayabusa.
Hayabusa?
Like the dude from Ninja Gaiden. Or Halo 3. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's sick, right? You even get a katana.
Huh.
Look how cool that is. When I was a kid, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. They put it in because they put a playable Spartan in Dead or Alive 4, I think, which is wild. If they reveal it, there's some really cool thing you can get through the Battle Pass, I'll buy it. But for the most part, just playing Halo online is fun. So the fact that that's free...
Don't know. It's the feel of the game you need to worry about too, right?
That's true. And they did say no battle royale because they said the only BR we're interested in is the battle rifle, which is sick. I love that. So the campaign looks to be open world, which is fun. What else? There's some other interesting tidbits.
That's a big thing to talk about.
I think so. Yeah.
Open world Halo.
Yeah. Well, they showed the grappling hook. That'll be one power I bet you get, and it's that lets you traverse new areas, right? Probably get a new gun to blow up walls or something, right? So kind of a big open world Metroidvania.
Are you on the Halo for the entire series?
What do you mean?
The Halo. Are you on it for the entire series? Oh God, no.
Halo 2, you go to Earth.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, you go to other planets and stuff. The Halo is important, but it's not, you're not always there.
Okay.
And actually, one of the things that they alluded to back in Halo 1 was saying, they showed the ring of the Halo, and they said, you'll be able to walk the whole way across, which was totally fake. That is not true. So there's a lot of people saying this might now live up to that promise of you can walk the whole ring, right? So if that's true, that'd be pretty cool. But in general, I'm excited. And of course, they said, when people criticize the graphics, they're like, this isn't release graphics. It's
Obviously not.
Well, you say that, but there's gamers comparing the finished Halo 5 to this, and they're like, the Halo 5 is better graphics. It's like, yeah, so.
That's exactly what they sound like.
Gamers be gaming. They have too much Doritos stuffed in their cheeks like chipmunks that they can't speak properly.
All right.
State of Decay 3. I got nothing.
Me neither.
Okay.
Avowed.
I don't remember what this one is.
This is the Skyrim.
Oh, right. Not
Obsidian.
Skyrim.
It's going to be better than Skyrim.
We'll see.
Skyrim 2.
Forza Motorsport. Those cars look like cars. Wow.
Everwild.
It'd be wild if I ever remembered what this one was.
So it's a rare game that they...
Oh, right.
No one knows what it is, and they don't know what it is either.
It's like...
They literally don't. We don't know what the gameplay style is going to be yet.
I definitely said, Rare is a company that made edgy games in the 90s and 2000s of like there's so many hidden penises in Banjo-Kazooie. Like there's so many. And all of Conquer, for them to then go and make this like introspective sort of like nature is beautiful, nature is powerful sort of game, it's like that's not them. They're the type to put, googly eyes on a wad of money and be like, hey, I'm cashy, pick me up, use me for drugs, because that's what they were like, The Medium.
Did you know this was a Wii U game?
What?
One half of the world was going to be on the gamepad, and the other half was going to be on the TV.
Well, at least they figured out how to do that on one screen now. Mm-hmm. And it actually looks kind of neat, that feature there, the two worlds, one feature. I like there actually was a game that I played that did that. And it did it really cool. It was, I don't know if it'll come up, but on Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2, which is the
you
DS
always find a way to bring Kingdom Hearts into one of these podcasts.
Because there was a feature where in one of the bosses, I don't think it'll show up, but in one of the bosses, you would literally have, it's not going to show up here, but in one of the bosses, you would have you fighting it on the top screen, and the bottom is just like your status and stuff usually. But on the bottom screen during this one boss, when the main character is sort of like remembering something, it'll flash and show the bottom screen being Sora, who you're not playing as in this game, doing your exact motions on another level. And so, like, you'll be fighting, and you'll see him down there doing the same thing on the dual screens, and it was so cool. But, like, it was just, and it's, like, used once in the game. And I was like, that's so cool to just not use again, right? But, like, yeah, like, that system is something really cool.
Tell me why.
Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartbreak.
Isn't this game that looks terrible?
Why? Oh, is that the one that looks like Danganronpa by Western people?
Slideshow.
Oh, it looks bad. It's like visually bad.
Psychonauts 2.
Okay, so I don't have anything to say about the game itself, but I will say I was watching this stream on the TV upstairs, and Jack Black started singing. And my mom just walked in the room and was like, who is that lovely voice? And I'm like, it's Jack Black. And she's like, I think I love his singing. And she was just sitting on the couch, and she's like, I don't care about this freaking game, but this guy's singing is so good. And so she was just rocking out to Jack Black singing. Because he can sing. Although I know a lot of people were mad that it wasn't Brutal Legend 2.
Yeah.
Don't make that noise into the microphone.
Warhammer 40K.
This one's Dark Tide. What? Why are you laughing at me saying the name of the game?
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
The stupid trailer from the Game Awards last year.
No. Was that 40K?
I don't know.
I don't remember what that was.
I went to watch the trailer again and laughed my ass off.
the one with the... I think that one was original Warhammer, not 40K. 40K is like when it's in space and stuff. That's original Warhammer. I have nothing to say. That was a CG trailer.
I made that whole presentation with it.
That was so funny. That's the funniest thing.
Outer Wilds DLC.
You missed Stalker 2, but that's okay. I have nothing to say either.
Me neither.
Outer Wilds DLC. Certainly looks as cynical as the rest of the series game.
Grounded. This
Which one is this?
is the bug one. It's Honey I Shrunk.
Oh, yeah, I don't feel anything about this.
Apparently, they're putting a lot of behind it. Like it's free on Steam right now,
Oh.
the beta or whatever, and they're gonna add a bunch of stuff to it later.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I think As Dusk Falls is the one that looks. So then, what is the Tell Me Why?
I have no clue.
I think Tell Me Why is the thing that reminds me of Life is Strange.
Let me see. Oh, is that the one with? Oh yeah, that's Life is Strange. That's what that one was.
Yeah, the other one. I don't know.
Yeah, As Dusk Falls. That's the one that looks like Bad Danganronpa. Okay, well I typed that. Okay, I typed. That is. Okay, here it is. We got.
I was not expecting to see
was
Barbie
expecting
dolls.
hundreds of Barbie dolls. No, it's the big big
so
chungus.
Big.
Man is quite large. Okay.
Holy fuck. All right.
Fable.
Fable.
Microsoft's worst kept secret. Wow, I am killing you. I'm sorry. Whoa, you smacked the mic. You ran out of the room. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. He has to blow his nose. It was so funny. Anyways, Fable. I'm going to keep speaking. He's just in the bathroom, which is right by where we record our podcast. I have nothing to say about Fable. I remember when the first Fable came out, my friend was like, bro, you can do anything in this game. You can, like, have a child. You can, like, do all this crazy stuff. And if you be evil, your character grows horns and they get evil. But if you're good, they become like a saint.
One of my friends I used to hang out with, he really loved this series. But I was kind of interested in it, but again, it was on Xbox, so I didn't really care.
And, well, what I heard from my one friend is like, hey, Fable 1, it was good. Fable 2, Fable 3, everything else. You know, so...
There was stuff after it?
Yes, there was. Don't you remember that really bad-looking one where it's like Fable Kids? No. Like the Fable Kids MOBA sort of thing? Okay, if I'm going to type in Fable Kids, I'm going to get, like, kid stories. Yep. Fable spin-off for Xbox. What was it called? Yeah, Fable Heroes. This one.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, right? Like, there's this thing called Fable Heroes, which is, like, this kiddie version of and then there was Connect Fable too. Like, come on. So, like, the series, yeah, it definitely went downhill. But, like, I remember, like, looking at this, like, this looks, you know, you're, like, a young kid, and you go through childhood, and you grow up into a man. It was, like, really neat. And then Fable 3 comes along, and you get 2 button prompts. One that is, buy an orphanage for, like, 20,000 coins, or, reinstate child labor for, like, gain 40,000 coins, where it's like, it's less black and white and more, do you want to be a comedic villain or an actual saint, right? So the writing got a little bit less, you know, nuanced per se. So
and that's Xbox.
That's a little bit of X. That was the conference there.
Yeah.
Right? We also got a new look to the Xbox store is coming soon.
Have you seen it?
Thank God, because the Xbox One store is the worst store I've ever used on any console. Anything.
Really?
Anything. It is so bad.
I think we talked about it last time.
The DSi is better. Yeah. Like,
Sheesh.
It's the fact that everything is clumped together. There's no carts. When you type stuff into the search, it gives you Internet Explorer pages. Like, if I want to buy, let me say I type in the word Shenmue on it, right? I will more likely get the page for the Wikipedia page for Shenmue on the Dreamcast than a version to buy on that store.
Huh.
It's bad. So looking at this new store page,
like rolling
yeah,
out,
it looks good.
Now.
I hope so, because I refuse to buy stuff on that store. I go onto the computer and buy it and hit download to my Xbox.
That's fair.
You know, I do that for everything now, though, honestly. For, like, my PS4 and
Really?
eShop on my Switch, I do that for all of them. I just go onto the
Well,
browser
I
and
like
do
to
it.
go on the system for Switch since I like to look at my wish list to see like
that's
what's on sale.
That's on the PC now.
No,
I thought it is.
I checked.
Huh, okay. I get the emails anyway that say, hey, this thing that's on your wish list is on sale, so...
For Switch?
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
I'll show you. Are you connected to your correct email?
I hope so.
Let's see here. Ignore that advertising. I get so many advertising things that are just like $500 to play my indie game, and I look at it, I'm like,
That's a lot of money.
It is, but one, it's horror, and two, I would in no way follow what their actual protocol is. One or more games on your wish list is on sale. Tanner, it's your lucky day. One or more, and it lists them every time they go on sale.
I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, look at that, because it's really useful. It even tells you how many coins you have to see, like, look, I could buy almost all of Toho Genso Wanderer Reloaded for the Nintendo Switch, because I almost have enough gold points.
Oh, cool.
So that is a thing I recommend.
The DualShock 4 will
Yes.
be compatible on PS5, but only with those PS4 backwards compatible video games.
Sure. Whatever. I mean, you could probably use the PS5
Apparently the
controller with
Fight
the...
sticks are compatible too.
So all USB accessories are. Fight sticks are
Okay.
compatible. Any sort of like headset or anything that you plug in, Rock Band instruments will be. I mean, they're because you just plug them in. So that's good because every console before was like, oh, new console generation, time to buy another fight stick. Where now it's like, no, you're good.
There you go.
Yeah,
So-
but I'm sure you can use the PS5, the Dual Sense controller with PS4 games, which if it's more comfy, hey, that's fine by me. I don't need to touch a PS4 controller again.
There you go. So by the time you're listening to this,
Yes.
the state of play might have already happened. What time is it tomorrow?
Well, if I put this up in the morning, probably not.
What time is the state of play?
I don't know.
I don't know, Dutch.
I don't know.
State of play.
State of play. On Thursday at what time? 1 p.m.
2 p.m.
PT, so 2 p.m. our time. Oh yeah, this will be up by then.
Okay, so
So it'll be if you're catching this right away, you
Yeah.
might not be here for it. But if you're listening to it, you'll probably have already seen it. So predictions.
PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale 2.
No, they've already said that there's nothing big.
But it isn't big. It doesn't say that.
It
It said
did.
no PS5 big news.
Well,
It's-
yeah, but
it's
that...
PS4 stuff.
Okay, so wait. Sony.
No PlayStation.
I guess you're right. That's the one that makes TVs. PlayStation. Let's see. What did they specifically say? What did you see?
Go back.
What did you
Go
see?
back. Go scroll up. Look at their head. This big
Season
chungus.
5, Modern Warfare Warzone. This absolute chunker of a lad. Okay, so it says a focus on upcoming PS4 and PSVR games. A few check-ins on third-party and indie games from June's PS5 showcase. Check-ins makes me think that it is not going to be new games there.
But focus on upcoming PS4 games. They didn't say announced.
You think they're going to make PlayStation All-Stars 2 on PS4 when the PS5 is around the corner?
It's like a Twilight Princess situation.
Okay.
I want to see Joel beat the ever living shit out of Ratchet.
Okay, we'll see.
Sackboy, sorry.
Sackboy? Okay. All right.
I'm just like, I get on the Discord. Me and Tech talked about it a little bit, and someone else.
We are the only damn Discord in the entire world
But it's like
where PlayStation All-Stars gets talked about as much as it does. I'm sure there is a PlayStation All-Stars centric Discord that does not talk about PlayStation All-Stars as much
as
as
we
our own
talk about
Discord.
it, we're like half hoping, half joking. There's more half hoping. There's more hoping than joking.
Sure. Personally, there's nothing really right now that I'm jumping at the gun to sort of see that I can see seeing, because anything that I actually want to see is way too niche for a state of play.
You never know.
No, there might be Persona 5 Scramble, because that is a third-party PS4 title.
Nino sent me a fake leak, and it was like super convincing. And it says if you go, they added a new feature where like you go into Mementos and Goro beats the shit out of you. And I'm like, oh,
That's probably
thanks
fake.
thanks for joking.
That's probably fake then.
But yeah, I do hope we see that because
that is one that
waiting for
needs an official, like, I mean, I put
It's
it in the
happening.
news
It's
there.
confirmed happening.
It's happening. It's confirmed happening. It's just a case of we need to know when.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Anything
have
else?
no other predictions.
Yeah, it's not
We'll
really
see.
it's not really a Nintendo Direct prediction thing we
Nope.
can do.
Nope.
But all right, you take this one.
Hawkeye is going to be the first character added to the post-release of Avengers. And boy, he looks like John Infamous.
He looks like
Cole McGrath.
the guy from Detroit Become Human.
I don't see that as
I
much.
see it.
I 100% see Cole McGrath more.
All right.
He looks so generic, though. I
does.
absolutely hate this design. Give me the stupid purple leotard any day.
Give him some hair.
Or give him something. Make him look like freaking Jeremy Renner. I don't care.
Yeah.
Do it. Spider-Man, though, is going to be PS4 exclusive. Because, of course, Sony just loving that money. Square Enix just gives them some Spider-Man.
And apparently,
weed.
like, there's even more exclusive.
There is on the PlayStation version, every character gets an exclusive costume on release. They get an exclusive pack of icons, an exclusive pack of items.
Someone said at this point, like, why didn't they just make it PlayStation exclusive?
Probably because PlayStation just swoosed into Square Enix with a bucket of cash and said, "Swiggity swooty, give me that spider booty." And so
Yeah, that Spider-Man update's coming at the start of 2021.
yep.
So
Also ripped to crossplay then.
no, they said it's not going to affect crossplay.
What the hell?
I don't know how, but they'll find a way.
Wow. Can you imagine playing on Xbox and seeing someone play as Spider-Man and being told, no, you can't play as him?
Oof.
That'd be rough.
I'm not looking forward to this game.
I don't care. I saw screenshots of like the equipment menu.
Oh, it looks so busy.
There's so many meters and there's like 3 currencies and
you
I'm
don't
just
know
like,
what's part of the background or what's actually a menu.
and I'm just like, man. And I saw someone just post that with a tweet that says, "Remember when video games weren't work? Like, remember when you could just play them and not worry? Because it's like, man, yeah, I don't care."
Did you know Comic-Con happened?
Digitally, yes.
Digitally. The only thing I cared about.
I
though.
looked at a list of things that they announced, and it's like, man, absolutely nothing I cared about.
Yeah. Well, there was a bit of stuff I cared about.
Yep.
The Walking Dead season 10 finale is finally premiering on the 4th of October. Mm-hmm. And the season's gonna receive an extra 6 episodes next year.
Okay, so it's not really a finale then.
Well, it is. There hasn't been too many details on it, but I think it's gonna be like episodes that go back into the season and into those, like, fill in some gaps.
Okay.
Get some more character, but I don't
Sure.
really expect too much out of these episodes. It's more of a time to fill the space between season 10 and 11,
Which will be in fall 2021.
so that's a while away.
Yep.
So
That's a year after season 10.
yeah, so that's good. And then the World Beyond, which I really don't care about, it's coming out right after the season 10 finale.
And what's that?
It's like the
Is it a spin-off?
yeah,
Okay.
it's like a teen drama.
Oh,
It
God.
takes place 10 years after the. So like where the main show is right now,
Yeah.
it starts there, and it's about kids who like leave a well structured community to see, like, oh, what's the real world like and all.
Oh,
that.
okay.
So
I see.
I'm not really too. I kind of, with Walking Dead, I only care about the core series
Fair enough. Yeah, that's
and the
fine.
core characters. So
That's fine.
I don't know if that makes me a fake Walking Dead fan, but
Nope, you're a primary.
okay.
Hey, better be a primary than a secondary.
Yeah.
You know what a secondary is?
No.
Someone who's a fan of a franchise, but really only a fan of one spin-off. So, for example, Persona fans are SMT secondaries. Or someone who only watched the Persona 5 anime and didn't play the game, they're a Persona 5 secondary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. And then final Western stories that Universal's Nintendo theme park got delayed indefinitely.
But, and I added this.
Yeah, you added this.
Leaked online, the website, because someone just put the videos up on Vimeo with links to the website, and everyone got to go see. And so there's a little, like, a CGI preview of it.
Mario Kart's in the Bowser Castle for some reason.
Yeah. But did you hear about Amiibans?
No.
So when you go to the park, you get something called an amiiband. Like amiibo, but
Yeah, I got that.
as a band. You wear it on your wrist, and as you play the games and go on rides, you scan it, and you level up. And so then on your phone, as you're walking around, you collect coins and items that you can use in the park for stuff.
Oh, okay.
So much like how, and I didn't talk about it and I totally forgot, much like how Lego Mario, which I got the Lego Mario set and is up there. See, it's all up there. Much like how Lego Mario is not just Lego with Mario. This is not just a theme park with Mario. It is like combining video game aspects.
Yeah, that was the point.
So that's pretty cool. Can I just say, I never expected the Lego Mario to have for me to update it with Bluetooth. Literally, when you get it, it's like, please update your Lego with Bluetooth. He's going over there to look because I haven't.
He's sleeping.
He is sleeping. He's in the chair there. So, yeah, there he is with his horrible blacked out eyes.
That's weird that it's a Bluetooth button on the
Yeah,
back.
because what you do is when you get it, because there's no instruction book for the Lego. You download the app and you sync Mario to it, and on the app. Just one second, I'm gonna play him in the microphone. Here we go.
Lego Mario time!
See, and then as you walk with him, he goes, "Oh, just wait."
Huh.
See, he's walking. Then if you jump, right?
He goes flying.
Okay. they literally said that they've thrown Lego Marios at walls 3,000 times to make sure that they're durable for kids.
Oh, I got a coin.
You got a coin for walking enough. So do you know how it works?
No.
So we'll get back to the Nintendo theme park in a sec. But how it works is, when you start at the pipe, there's a QR code at the bottom, and that's the level start. You then have to get him around the course you make and do enough activities in 60 seconds to get as many coins as you can. Killing Goombas, walking, collecting items give you coins. And then you bring him to the flagpole and it ends. You then take a picture of your course. Thanks, Mario. Okay, he's setting on fire because the reflection of his feet is doing that, so just put him over here. So you take a picture of your course and upload it through the app to the website, and other people can then make and play your course by rearranging their sets to then challenge it. It is Mario Maker in real life.
Wow.
Right? That's pretty cool. And,
Man, if this thing existed when we were kids.
oh, I'd be so into this.
Yeah.
You can also rip off his pants.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun though, and you can take off his hat too.
Cool.
The actual pieces are actually really nice. Like these are Lego pieces. His ears, and all that, like his button things there. So it's pretty nice. It's a nice little set.
And then you turn it off and he dies.
Yep. Press the power button. He closes his eyes and then pitch black. It's fun. But yeah, so the Amiiband though is looking to be like that, and because it's an Amiibo thing, it's looking like you'll be able to even scan it into your
You
consoles.
think there'll be like a Luigi one? Sorry, I keep going back to Lego.
Lego Mario?
Maybe like a Luigi or a Peach or...
Well, I have Yoshi. So I have Yoshi there, and Lego Yoshi looks hilarious. There's also Lego Toad and Bowser have sets, and I have Bowser Jr. up there. So I have a couple. But I also have Sex God Lego Monty Mole. I love Lego Monty Mole. So I was thinking of getting the Bowser's Castle set, but one, it's $140.
How much did this cost?
About $100 altogether. That's 3 sets.
Lego.
Yeah, it's not a lot of pieces, but what I will say is each piece has meaning, if that makes sense. Like you'll use, like, unlike say a Lego Starship where you'll have filler pieces just to fill up space, every piece has meaning for this. So you could like scrap it and rearrange it, and like you would still have what looks like a properly made level, right? So I kind of like that about it.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, no, but I'm excited for the Universal Nintendo theme park.
Cool.
There's a Captain Toad treasure hunt thing, except they called him Captain Kinopio, which is his Japanese name. There's a Yoshi place, a Donkey Kong place. Right now it's all Nintendo, like all Mario style stuff. I think they said
Hopefully it's Nintendo.
Zelda's coming later. There's some food stuff. It was a nice little overview. So,
We should go there one day.
oh yeah, I mean, absolutely. As soon as it opens up, I want to go.
Yeah.
Like, well, the summer after,
Yeah.
or winter even, because it'd still be warm down there.
And we
Definitely.
can get some money put aside.
Yep.
Now we're
I mean, we already have the plane ticket bought. What are you doing?
we're going east.
Okay, I thought you just had a little
No.
spasm that
We're
you
going
needed to get
east.
out. We are going east to talk about all that stuff. There.
Breaking news.
Breaking from this morning, dropped out of nowhere, which I preferred to a Nintendo Direct. Pikmin 3 Deluxe announced,
Finally.
releasing
After,
October 30th.
2 years of...
Yep, we've been saying when's it going to be. 2-player co-op for the story mode. A new prologue and epilogue starring Olimar and Louis. Quality of life improvements. The Piclopedia's back, which has the bestiary, and all DLC from the Wii U version.
Will you be picking this up?
Probably not.
I think I will.
I don't love Pikmin that much, and I played enough Pikmin 3 where I went, I
You
understand
just
this
see
game.
a blue puppet like fly through the wall.
Grab me by the neck.
But yeah, I haven't played this game for 7 years, and I think I can play it again.
I don't
And with all this stuff, I like it.
love Pikmin enough to...
Really?
You
don't like Pikmin? Like, seriously, you don't like Pikmin?
My favorite Pikmin is Pikmin 2, because no time limit makes me a happy Tanner.
I like that pressure. I
I
like that.
don't. If I wanted pressure, I'd talk to a girl.
Okay. Well, the bingo mode is really good. Have you played
Yes,
that?
yeah, that's a good mode.
So, cool.
And also, random breaking news with no direct or anything. Smash Bros. Updated to 8.1.0. Normally these updates are pretty small, but this one they added a new stage.
Small battlefield.
Small battlefield. Q going back to people who tweeted the word small battlefield as jokes and them going, oh my god.
Did you see that tweet? I retweeted it. It's like the guy, like, seriously, it's like, okay, Nintendo, we got big battlefield, now we're
Yeah.
small battlefield. And then it's like, wait, why is Smash updating?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, are you actually
And
kidding?
it was before. Another big thing is the ability to play any song on Battlefield, Small Battlefield, Big Battlefield, and Final Destination.
I don't know how I feel about this.
What?
Because you can't just have the Smash songs in there anymore. It's either you have to go select a song manually,
Yeah.
or it's every song.
That's fine by me.
I don't know.
That doesn't bother me.
I like being in those worlds.
I find those
And if
stages so boring because they're OCs.
And if I hear Ring Dong Dang,
That's one that I
Battlefield?
want on Battlefield.
on Final Destination though,
That's awesome.
No.
I do hope they update it so that you can select just certain songs to be on it, because there's some songs that I like really want to be on these stages. Dude, you could play Geese Howard's theme on Final Destination. Just dun 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 dun. Megalovania is saved. Monster Hunter themes saved. Right?
Yes.
Right? Like they got a good stage for them.
I know the whole character selection screen is all out of whack.
Stage select.
That's what. Stage
Yeah.
select. Yeah.
Well, because they also added the ability to choose random Omega, random battlefield,
Which
and random
makes-
custom stage.
No, not random custom stage.
Yeah, that is one.
No.
That's what people said. Is it not that?
No. I haven't went to the custom side yet. I never went, but I don't know. I don't know if I like those buttons there.
Let me check. I can check right now. That's fine by me.
It makes
'cause-
the switching things with the X button redundant.
Well, no, because then like people probably didn't know that you could get a random. Like if you go to the random and then hit the Omega only button, then hit random, then you get the random.
Yeah,
People probably
I
didn't know
s-
that.
I don't know if 2 full squares were needed.
Well, dude, this is probably so that they will square off the UI once the next stages
You know
are
there's going
in.
to be 3 bonus stages?
There might be. It's possible. Let's see here. So if I go to Smash,
And with all the stages being like all like reorganized now, it's like, oh, where's this stage? Like, there's so many stage like the squares.
random.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
There's a random for.
That's nice because I wanted that.
Yeah, so that's in. So you got not only any random stage, any random battlefield, any random Omega form. So yeah, we'll get, because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more stages, and then 3 slots for 3 more.
You think they're going to be like brand new stages, or are they going to bring back like some old stages, like a 3-pack or whatever?
I could see them doing a 3-pack, or even just variants of some others that aren't in this. So, like, for instance, a big one that I think would be just like the original, because we got Corneria, get Sector Y or whatever Sector Z from the N64. You know, I think they're going to be not major stages, but small ones that are like, oh yeah,
they could figure out Pac Maze, or they could bring back Jungle Falls.
I think Pac Maze has a pretty good shot, because the only reason that people say, oh, it's because of the 3DS with the, you know, the coin counter, but I mean, you had that with New Super Mario Golden Plains,
there you go.
right? So I don't know, we'll see.
So do you think it's going to be a while now before we actually get DLC 7? Because you think they would have like bunched this in with like Smash video, wouldn't you?
Man, I don't know how Sakurai works, my man.
Is it every 2 months a character releases, or every 2 months a character gets announced?
Well, I mean,
usually.
Remember,
like
that's how things were before with COVID and stuff. It might just be, they might just say honestly, hey, look, we are just.
No, they're not going to.
Wait, what do you think I'm going to say?
They're not going to say, like, we're struggling.
No, well, they're not going to say that, but they're like, I think what they're just going to do is, so for example, Johnson over in Level Creation made Small Battlefield, and they said, you know what, just put it out right now. Like, he just made it. Why wait? You know? Maybe there's because there's bug fixes in that patch too. Mm-hmm. Maybe they said, yeah, bundle it with the next bug fixes.
And they fixed online.
And yeah, see, so the online 1-on-1, they say is 3 frames less laggy. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And it also balanced the, when you're doing, like when you do the rooms where it's, say you want like 1-on-1, no items, like the competitive tournament stuff, they say you're way less likely to get the wrong set. Mm-hmm. Like you will get those.
That's good.
So yeah.
And Elite Smash is a lot more forgiving to get into now.
Yep. So. I've never been in, so I just don't play online enough. Okay. Also earlier from today, we got the announcement of Street Fighter V Season 5. We got all but one character confirmed. So we have Dan. Do you know who Dan is? You'll recognize him because you've seen him in Smash. Dan Hibiki.
Oh, him.
Yeah, he's kind of a sort of joke character. He taunts as one of his like skills, and people like him because he's literally when Capcom made fun of SNK. Capcom literally made this character look like characters from another SNK fighting game. And because SNK basically stole Ryu for their game, so then they put this guy in and made him be a big parody, and he sucked. So they made him bad to say, like, SNK sucks, Capcom #1. So a lot of people are happy he's in. After that is Rose from Street Fighter, who is Lisa. Like, nearly 100%. Not only is she in Venice, she wears the mask, she fights with a scarf that shoots, like, literally, they ripped Lisa, and Capcom has literally even said, yeah, she's based on Lisa. So, a lot of people like her. She's fun there. Then after that is Oro, who is a disgusting old man, who is really melty. This guy, he fights with only one arm, because he, like, if he uses both, he'll, like, blow up the world. He's that strong. He's like 1,000 years old. In Street Fighter V, apparently he will fight while holding a turtle. And he will make sure the turtle never falls. Why? This guy is also notable for having one frame of his walk animation where you can see his testicles. Like, you see this old man's junk. There's frames where you can... Actually, I think it is one of his low kicks, too. You can straight up see his junk. And it's old and shrivelly. Capcom Y. And then the last one is a crossover character from an old Capcom franchise called Rival Schools. And her name is Akira. She is awesome. This is a character that everyone kind of pogged out for. So she's like a biker type character. So she fights normally in like this biker outfit, and you're like, who is this mysterious biker? And then she takes off, and it's an anime girl. But yeah, like, she's really cool. And this is like the fact that they're putting in this crossover character is like, man, we haven't had a Rival Schools game since like the Dreamcast. So like it's a big drop, right? So that's a really good one. Then the last DLC character we don't know.
It's going to be Negan.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people are like, if they didn't tell us, it's got to be something big. Because because they announced all of them except for Dan with no footage. They just said, we have art and we're doing it. So we're like, what's it gonna be, right? So if it's gotta be that, it's gotta be a crossover character or something. A lot of people thought that it would be Kenny Omega, the wrestler, because he was announcing it. But no, he just announced he's doing crossover merch with Street Fighter. So it's like, no actual Kenny Omega. But,
Okay.
yeah. So this season is literally an extra that they're like tucking in at the end, because they said like, look, we were only planning up to 4. We got a lot of people playing, so because we can't make a new fighting game right now because we're kind of all disorganized because of the thing going on, we're going to be at home working on this last season before we can get back. It's like, thank you for being extremely transparent. And they literally showed like a roadmap of their development, and they're like look, that's how things are. And we're like, that's kind of cool.
All right.
Phantasy Star Online 2 released on Steam. That's the Sega MMO that got that really cool trailer that everyone that was in wasn't that in the Xbox conference too?
Oh yeah,
Phantasy Star Online?
I think so.
We didn't put that there because that's a big one that it's getting a big update. But the only problem is that game on Steam is quite big.
How big?
80 gigabytes. What? Yeah, it's kind of, but here's the worst part. So there's people who started playing it with the Windows version, the Windows Store, because it came out there
Pulver
first.
told me about this.
And if you want to connect to your account, you have to have them both installed, meaning that it is 150 gigabytes.
Is there a thing where you can...
But that's not all. There was a glitch when this game first came out. When you installed it through the Windows Store, it would take a part of your hard drive and make it unusable because it would take up the room and not uninstall properly. Meaning that this game can take up 220 gigabytes on your hard drive. So, yeah. Yikers. Apparently it's really good. But I don't have time for any MMOs in my life. I have so much else going on, so I ain't touching that.
Like,
if I ever get back to an MMO, it will be
World of Warcraft.
God no, it will be FF14 because I've already started, so I'm like I'm in it a bit. So, but it's like I have no time. I just. Man, I even a couple days ago I was like, I want to get back into FF14. Let's play. And I go to log in, and it's like, and because that game had a thing where you had to log in through your phone, and I deleted that app because I'm like, whatever, I'll just reinstall it when I need next time. If you do that, your account's gone. And so I'm like, oh, how do I get in now that I deleted it? And so I had to contact Square Enix. They had to delete the app data from my phone. They had to get it back in. It took 3 days, and I'm like, well, now the feelings to play it is gone. So rip to that. But, yeah. All right, more fighting game news.
Oh, wow.
In the fighting game roundtable, where they had all the fighting game developers come together.
Did they beat the shit out of each other?
I wish that would be awesome. But it was Capcom, SNK, Arika, Arc System Works, Bandai Namco, and Tecmo Koei. That one's a weird one.
So no JoJo game announced, eh?
Well, they didn't announce much, honestly. So they announced a new character for Dead or Alive. No one cares. That game's bad. They announced...
You just pissed off the Dead or Alive fans.
Dead or Alive fan...
Okay, no, let's not get into it.
No, they can't afford to listen to this podcast. They're too busy buying their fifth $90 season pass. That's not even a lie.
I know. We've talked about it.
It's bad. They can't afford this free podcast. But then they announced a bit more of the season of Soul Calibur, Setsuka, and some Tekken stuff, so you can get Tekken costumes for your characters. Setsuka's cool. She fights with imagine the Virgil style sword where they go shh, and then stuff falls. It's that in an umbrella. Please don't kick my buttons things.
Oh, well, your clickers.
I know they click. They announced Tekken Season 4, and they hinted at Kunimitsu as a character who is she's I'll just show you
one of the
here.
crossover character?
She's not.
Can we get Negan level?
What that's the thing.
That's
People
completely,
want that. So Kunimitsu here is like she's like a ninja thief girl. People like her because she's hot. That's about it. Sam Show announced season 3, and they got a free DLC character as a crossover with a Tencent MOBA, which is like okay. And then the big ones were GG Strive, Guilty Gear Strive announced Leo Whitefang, who nobody saw coming, but everyone is hyped for. And they announced the Black Samurai guy. His name is Nagoriyuki. So Leo Whitefang, when I saw that on TV, Kai and I were both like, Beat's gonna explode.
Why?
Beat loves Leo Whitefang.
I don't
You
know.
probably don't even know who that is. When I'm showing you, you'll know.
That's what Beat even said.
This guy. The absolute big Unga dude.
Okay.
He's pretty cool. He's like the president of a country. He's a king. And he fights with 2 giant cross weapons, but he has a personal dictionary. So whenever he learns a new word, he takes out his book and writes in his personal dictionary. He's really big, really Unga. People like him. He's one of my favorite characters that was added in the later Guilty Gears. So him being back makes me happy. See, this was him in the last Guilty Gear. And this is him toned down a bit for Strive. They give them more realistic outfits for Strive.
Okay.
So, like, as you can see, anime coat versus an actual coat that could be worn. So, yeah. And then Nagoriyuki, right here. This guy.
It's kind of cool.
He is cool. He's apparently like a vampire. And, yeah, he fights with a big Unga sword. These are 2 Unga characters. He looks cool. Looks really fun. So, yeah, real good stuff there. I'm excited. Fighting games are good.
They're not good until you know.
Until what?
You know.
Until a bad licensed anime fighter comes out?
It's not going to be bad.
I don't know. There's like only been one that's been good in like the last 30 years.
Then remake it. Remaster it.
That I'm talking about the Dragon Ball Z fighting game.
I'm
Fighter
talking
Z.
about that.
Because it's even the JoJo fighting game is considered pretty mid in terms of fighting games.
Well, I don't play fighting games. So.
That's true. Next up, they announced a new Dokapon game, which is like, oh, that's pretty sick. I love Dokapon. But it's a crossover with a franchise called Utaware Rurumono.
Of course, you can pronounce it.
I have Utaware Rurumono.
You spent like 5 hours.
Fact, no, shut up, move. I need to get into here. In fact, if we open this up, I actually have a Utaware Rurumono pillowcase right here.
Oh my god. You had to move the Nami.
I had to move the Nami Booby mouse pad. And it has different characters on each side. See, Utaware Rurumono, Mask of Truth. See? Different characters. You can hardly tell. They're twins.
Is that a pillowcase?
It is a pillowcase.
Why don't you use it?
Because I'm really embarrassed that I own this. And so the reason that I own this is entirely an accident.
Sure.
So because basically what happened is I went to play, to sum it up, the game is like a visual novel mixed with Fire Emblem, but it's set in the Ainu people. So like basically Japanese version of Native American. So it's really cool. It's a cool setting. So it's a crossover with that series. But the reason that I have that is because for my Patreon, I was asked to play one of the games, and so I got it. And when I bought it on Amazon, they sent me the collector's edition, even though I just bought the regular. And the collector's edition comes with a pillowcase. So now I own it.
There we go.
But yeah, they announced a Dokapon crossover with it. I hope it comes to the West. All the games in the Utaware Rurumono series have, so I hope it does. PS4 and Switch. Switch Dokapon?
Release date?
No, it just got announced.
Oh, okay.
Japan doesn't do release dates till they know for sure. So just got announced. So really excited for that. SMT3 Nocturne HD, which we'll be talking about in a little bit, will have full voice acting, they confirmed, for all dialogue in the game, as well as the Merciful DLC will be free. So it is something that they're not making people pay for easy mode because that's a little bit too much. So that's good.
Not talking.
Next up, we talked about earlier, P5 Scramble is coming west, according to Tecmo Koei's reports.
Can't
just
wait.
a case of
Apparently
sometime.
it's really good.
Yeah.
and it's really good when I play the demo.
Yeah, right? So,
So-
we have to see. Announced for Japan as well as English copies in Asia, meaning that it is getting an English release, but you'll have to import it from from Hong Kong or something. Kamen Rider Memory of Heroes. So this is an interesting Kamen Rider game. It's basically Kamen Rider Devil May Cry, where instead of giving you 150 fairly basic characters, they're giving you 3 that they're giving huge depth to. So basically what it is you get O's, who's my favorite Kamen Rider, I love him, Double and 01, the newest one. And you basically get to do combos with them, but then at any time with one of the sticks, you can hold it into a direction and change your form. Every form will have a ton of moves. To give you a perspective of how many there are, there's about 1 for every number on the clock for forms. There's 12 forms, which you get by turning directions for each character. So you can you're a one-man army pretty much. Looks pretty fun. You can, use the left stick, right side face buttons to choose your form and attacks. It looks pretty cool. It is getting an English release, but only in those countries. But that's fine, because pretty much every Kamen Rider game. Next up, Yakuza 7 is getting a dub with George Takei and Keiji Tang. That's pretty cool. George Takei being in a Yakuza game is kind of a throwback because Mark Hamill was Majima in Yakuza 1. And when people ask him, do you remember doing that? He said, what's a Yakuza? He has no idea. Does not remember. And oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm gonna go for a bathroom break now.
No, Fate Extra Record. Did you watch this when I sent it to you?
I watched your reaction.
Okay, so you saw
Yeah.
that it is Fate Persona.
Yeah.
Yeah! Yeah. I'm so excited. It looks so good.
So are you more excited for this or the cooking game?
That's so different. That's so different. Because they're different. They're different scope and scale. But I'd say this because this is a full 300-hour RPG versus a 5-hour
Gun to your
cooking
head,
game.
you have to decide
Decide what?
which one are you looking most forward to.
This one, Extra Record. The cooking one I'm excited for, but at the same time, it will be a minigame compilation. Whereas this is a full RPG.
And are you here for that?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's like the only Fate RPG. And so now, mind you, it is a remake. It's a remake of the one on PSP. So people are saying do play the PSP one first because they're saying there's differences apparently. Like it's not just a straight 1-to-1 remake. It's like a Final Fantasy VII situation. It's looking like where it's like you probably want to play the original. So I will be playing the original, but I'm really excited. It's gonna have VTuber technology in it. So you know how the VTubers talk with the HoloLive sort of faces moving around? They're gonna do that for character portraits. Okay. So they'll put the voice actors in the booth and have them speak with their face being scanned so that it will then do it for the anime characters.
the recent meme going around.
Which one?
Domeme.
What?
I don't know how do you say it.
I don't know.
Like this the deep fake.
Oh yeah, the Yakuza one, right?
No.
No?
Is it?
I don't know. I think it is.
It's like the Domeme.
Oh yeah. I know what you're
one,
talking about. Yeah. Last thing. The Giga Nintendo leaks.
Apparently there's multiple terabytes of this and we only saw 20 gigabytes.
Oh yeah, this is huge. This is giant. So not only are we getting prototype versions of all the Nintendo games, but we're getting stuff that we're not meant to see. Dev emails and stuff.
Yeah.
We got
That's a bit.
Yes, that's the stuff where people maybe if you're the one leaking it, don't show us those. But we got the early builds of Zelda 64.
L is real.
L is real. We made Luigi. Dude, that day when Luigi was being slowly reconstructed and you could watch them say I have attached his arms to the Mario ring. We are one step closer. It's we watched life be born, you know? Real cool stuff coming out of it. Early Mario World.
It's fitting because of the 35th anniversary this year.
Yeah, so all this stuff and it's there are people who are like, we shouldn't be looking at this, but at the same time, it's like it would never be used otherwise, and it's cool to see, you know.
So do you prefer Beta Yoshi or current Yoshi?
I hate Beta Yoshi.
He looks fun.
Beta Yoshi
He looks
terrifies
like you
me.
go out. You go out to a bar with him.
Beta Yoshi is what my night terrors look like. I don't like him that much. I'm very happy we got regular Yoshi. But in general,
Bunch of beta Pokemon too from Gen 4.
yes, that's really cool.
Arceus look insane.
So, well, here's the thing though. A lot of those are literally Microsoft Paint rough drafts before they've been made. So, like, they literally just said, this Pokemon will be a this, and so then they doodle it quickly as a placeholder, right? That's why the
No,
early...
but what was like it was like in a forest and it was a giant like cloud with eyes.
That's fan art people are drawing of it because it looks like a giant cloud.
Oh, okay.
It's actually, like, the actual Beta Arceus is a doodle. Like, it looks like... So people are drawing it. Like, this was what it was. They literally just had the shape of it.
Yeah.
They're like, we want it to be somewhat like this, right? But of course, then people are going and, like, drawing it into, like looking like, look at this, like,
so cool.
unspeakable thing that you can't understand. Did you see Beta Giratina? That's the weirdest one.
Maybe that's the one I was thinking about.
This.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's Beta Giratina.
Oh, that's weird.
It's a weird, like, chimera thing. I don't like it. That one creeps me out. But in general, it's like, yeah, like, we're seeing all this, like, really cool beta stuff, and I'm excited to just, if we're still going through it, we may get the original Mother 3 on N64, that's the one I want to see. I want to see that one.
It's a big one.
Right? So... And the nice thing is, almost everything that's being made, people are then turning into patches to just put back into stuff.
What? Was there any Zelda stuff?
Oh, yeah. Not only Zelda 64, an unreleased Zelda game, which was going to be a remake of Zelda 2 on the Super Nintendo. So they have the full sprites from that. So someone's already ripping it into a new game, pretty much. Cool. There was the beta version of Link's Awakening called Zelda Sleeping Island for the Game Boy there. There's just a lot, and there's more and more each day. They're looking at beta Animal Crossing assets.
Oh, wow.
There was tons of humans that were already modeled for the original Animal Crossing that only one made it in and was never seen again. Do you know about Farley?
No.
Farley is a human that you run into in Animal Crossing for the GameCube. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. I didn't hear anything Animal Crossing related.
Well, this is an official thing. So you can get Farley in your town. He's the spirit of the wishing well that you get if you have a perfect
he's like
town.
actually in the game.
Yes, he's in the game, but there was more humans that were meant to be in.
I want to play the original one.
Dude, the original Animal Crossing is so good.
Do you have it?
Of course. I've played it so much.
Can I borrow it?
Well, we'll see. Yeah, you can, of course.
Okay.
I love it. That's one of my favorite games. It's my favorite Animal Crossing.
To play the original and New Horizons at the same time.
They're totally different.
Yeah.
And the thing I love about the original is just how static it is. There's like your customization options. There's not a lot, but you can make do with what you can, right? I like that. I like that about it. And just like the mysteries around it. Things happen.
That's what I miss from New Horizons.
Things just happen, and it's just because they don't even explain when stuff happens, and it's a Japanese game. So like when I'm going out and all of a sudden I see like these koi fish on like a giant pole just erected in my town one day, I'm like, what's going on? And it's like, oh yeah, well that's like the spring thing they do in Japan. It's like they don't tell you. Characters might talk about it, but they don't explain it. They just, it's the wind socks, and I'm like, the what? The what?
Don't say anything else.
So I love that. But yeah, I'm just really excited to see what else comes from these Nintendo leaks, because we're getting just new stuff every day. We're getting beta builds of stuff. We're getting early footage. We're getting people deconstructing all the stuff. So I'm excited.
Cool.
Nice. All right. It's time for a break. A regularly scheduled break. Break. That's what we do. It's right there. Break. See? Because we go.
Typed that.
What's that?
I typed that.
You did. So what we do, for those who don't know in these breaks, is we literally stand up, we go grab a drink, which, I mean, we have some, but I'm probably have some water too. I know you finished yours already, you sick freak.
What?
But when we come back, we'll do our foreign exchange. We will talk about we'll talk about our foreign exchange, then we'll talk about our next foreign exchange. We have our question period, and do we have spoilers? No, not really this time.
Unless you watched some Breaking Bad.
I haven't, no. Honestly, my spare time is if I have spare time, I'm recording videos. I don't have much.
You're
so.
missing out on so much.
I know, and you destroyed the microphone yet.
Okay,
again.
I just bump it a little bit, and you're
Dude,
like, you obliterated it.
Everyone's ears are It's like the guy in the bathroom. That meme of him with the loud noise in the bathroom.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'll show you when we go upstairs. All right, we'll see you guys
Okay.
after this break. And we're back. We had drinks. We had a walk. We enjoyed the
I
sun.
don't even walk anywhere.
We
Stop
walked.
whining.
We walked upstairs.
That's not a walk.
That's a walk compared to a podcast where you're mostly sitting down.
What if you had a walking podcast?
People have that, and it's hard to get rid of the wind noises, right? So, well, I mean, if you wear a face shield now, I guess that would work. Also, you'd probably look insane just talking to yourself as you walk down the
What
street.
if you're talking to someone else?
I never do that. I always, I never answer the phone with, just the headset in. I always use my phone like a phone. Okay. I have a question for you.
Yes.
With your hand, pretend you were talking on the phone. Wow. So he used the full palm of the hand. If you ask anyone over the age of 30, they go like this.
Oh yeah, I guess. This was just
Right?
instant.
So it's like whatever you do instantly. Do you do like the thumb and the pinky making the phone, or do you do this like a smartphone? So different people, you ask them, they'll do different things. So that's a little psychology test for what is a phone for you, right? Is it this or is it this? See, I instinctively do this, but that's because I don't use my cell to talk too much. I mostly use my landline, right? But if you don't have a landline or don't use it too much,
landline in years.
exactly, right? So for other people, it's like they use. And you ask a kid, all kids will go like this, like the smartphone one, because that's what they know, right? So, a little interesting fact. Anyways, totally unrelated to that, we're doing our foreign exchange, where we exchanged Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series, and Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, featuring Spyro the Dragon from the Spyro the Dragon series. So, who went first technically for this?
Me. No. You.
I did because we played it together before you played. Okay.
Yep.
So I guess I'll start.
Okay.
Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. So we played a couple hours together, and then I played a couple hours just on my own with Adventure Mode. And I can safely say, yeah, that's a good kart racer. It's a game that definitely feels different from almost any other kart racer I played. Most kart racers just cop Mario Kart or they cop Forza. They feel like cars or they feel like Mario Karts. This one definitely feels a bit zippier for some things. The only thing I really had to get used to was the way that you drifted.
That's the
And
big
not
thing.
necessarily the drift boosting. I got that pretty quickly. Once I knew you pressed the opposite button to do the boost, I found that easy. But for me, it was initiating the drifting. With Mario Kart, when you jump, if you jump and press a direction, you'll always drift in that direction. Here, you have to be holding it when you land, or else you won't start the drift. So just the timing being off a little bit took me a while to get used to. In our multiplayer, I didn't get super used to it. On my own, I destroyed Ripperoo in those ruse tubes because, like, once I got that,
That's the
I'm
gate.
like, oh, that's the gate?
Yeah.
Oh dear God, dude, I destroyed him. He was gone. I was going under the finish line when he was going over above me in the figure eight. Like that was
Like I was
easy.
saying, like if you don't have the drift like figured out by then, you're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah, so once I got that, I was like, I was able to feel it, and I beat through the first adventure world, and I was like, yeah, like I get the feeling of this game
really
now,
like
and
the
it's a lot
open-
more fun.
I really like the open world map.
I will say, it's not as good as Diddy Kong Racing's. I think Diddy Kong's world is a bit nicer, if only for the fact that it felt like there was like a hub that then you went off into other little hubs, as opposed to one section that just then opened up into another section, right? Like I kind of prefer that like actual open world instead of essentially a hallway that you just get little branches off of. That's just what I preferred there. I only unlocked one character. I mean, aside from Ripperoo, because I beat him. And that was because I was going through the story, and when I went to play, I'm like, okay, are we going to get Spyro? Can I get Spyro? Can I get Spyro? And I got the blue-haired Japanese Bandicoot girl. Because I was like, whatever. Sure. It's close enough to anime. Boy, her accent borders on problematic.
What was your favorite racetrack, if you can think of one?
I did like the sewer level.
Oh,
The
yeah.
one with the big half pipe. That's really fun because you can like drift through it or jump up the sides there, avoiding stuff. That was a really good one. And in general, I had a good time aside from those load times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, adventure mode takes even longer than multiplayer.
Can you imagine that being even longer on Switch?
Oh man, that's rough. That's real bad. I don't even know how you can release a game like that because it is so long. Like, can't you tone down the shadows or something to just make it go a little bit faster?
Nope.
So, that's
is a
a
racing
downside. It is. Ironically, you don't race through those loading menus. So, but no, a lot of content, fun tracks. That's a really good full kart racer. It feels like there's a lot to it. Kart racers sometimes feel a bit on the low side. This one's nice and meaty for you to sink your teeth into. So, quite
What do
enjoyed
you
it.
think of the Spyro track?
That's awesome.
Yeah?
It reminded me a lot of, and this is going to mean nothing to you, but something to the subscribers. The Knights track from Sonic Racing Transformed, where you're like going through portals to go to like different parts inspired by different levels. Very similar for that, and feels quite nice. It was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
That's it?
One more god.
I haven't heard any. I don't know what that means.
That's the battle theme. One more god destructed. One
Well, that's
more
what they're
god
saying?
destructed. Yeah.
I didn't. Even
I know,
know.
you can
I had
barely
no
tell.
idea what that was.
You can
I'm
barely
like,
tell.
Why are they? What, like I send that to Beat and Nino, and they're like, they say that. I'm like, what are you? What are you talking about?
That is the battle theme, but you can barely tell because it's like hard metal screaming.
So again, I bounce off you asking me questions a lot better than me just talking. to
All
the
right.
void.
So, first,
ask me.
what was
It's like an
your
interview.
first impression of booting up this game?
Like, are you saying like as I started it? Or
Yes, as you started it.
got hit with those like you said, like the atmosphere is thick.
It's
and you
thick.
could tell right away.
Even before the world is destroyed.
The fact that it's like a lot of ambiance or just like it like there's only I talked to Beat about this, but there's only one track played at the beginning of the game
Yep.
when you're in Tokyo, and even that felt like creepy.
Oh yeah.
Like just everything feels uneasy and not not comfortable at all. Anything in this game, and it's like I love that.
Oh yeah,
Just like no voice acting.
that's being changed for the HD version.
So I wonder how that's going to change the whole atmosphere.
I think it'll work out pretty good, because if you feel like it's not if you feel like the English voice acting is a bit too ruiny, change it to Japanese. I'm sure you'll be fine, right?
Yeah, the whole like you go into the hospital and you go into the rooms and there's like demon summoning things and blood everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what's going on here?
Oh man, what's their healthcare system like? Oh,
And then the world ends.
and then the world ends.
Just gets tubed up.
Yeah, that's a rough way for the world to go, I feel.
Yeah.
Tube worlds is pretty
Is it
bad.
just Tokyo or is it just the entire world?
So I'm not sure. I
There's
don't
like
know
a
whether it's like every section of the world got tubed up so the world looks like a big thing with tubes on it, or if the whole world got tubed. I don't know.
Well, because on the overworld map, it shows like a globe almost.
Yeah,
And you're,
right?
like, on the different sides of it. So
I
I don't
don't
know
know.
if it's just Tokyo or.
I didn't get far enough to learn.
Oh,
So,
you haven't beat it?
oh God, no. No.
Okay,
That's
so,
why I'm excited for the HD version, so I can finally sink my
so
time into it.
I was enjoying it, having fun. Got Underground Mall. Oh, okay, so this the second.
Oh, so you
dungeon.
got to the underground mall?
Yeah. So and then I entered a room. Oh, there's an enemy who just spawns out of nowhere. It's the cat girl, the cat
Yes.
ninja. She crits me and then kills me right away. And then I'm sent all the way back to
Your save.
before Fornius. I'm like, you know what? I caught it. I'm going to unplug this and put it away.
That is peak SMT3.
That's wow.
So the underground mall is actually the closest thing to a safe town for you to be
Yeah,
in.
because like over on the above Shibuya,
Yep.
you can just run around and it's fine.
Yeah, and well, once you go down there, there's like a shop, there's saving, there's the fusion center where you can do your fusing. Like it's a safe area.
You yelled at me for not going to the safe area.
Yeah,
like,
except unless
well-
if you go in the wrong room and
Yeah.
then you fight the Nekomata or whatever, who decides to rip you a new one.
Yeah,
And if you're not ready,
I was doing good throughout the game,
and then there's nothing worse
and then
than
all of a sudden I'm dead.
that's one thing about old RPGs that I'm like, man, when they return you right to a save, it's like, oh,
Why are we doing this?
why? Like, can't you at least say retry battle?
Yeah.
You know, like, come on. But that is old school SMT. You know, that is peak old RPG there.
The dude you meet in the park before the world ends, and then he's in the room after.
Yeah.
He's cool, but all the other
Characters are
characters,
cool.
They didn't really make an impression off me.
Yeah, well, you don't know enough about them, really. Did you name them anything fun?
No, because there was a demo version.
Fair
right?
enough,
So
yeah.
I just kind of
Yeah.
went with them.
How do you think about the press turn system?
What's that?
Basically, the system of if you do critical hits, you get more turns.
I like that.
It's basically the Persona system
Yeah.
before it was Persona, right?
I like the symbols on the top right, saying like how many turns you have until the enemy.
Yep.
So
Yep. That's yeah, it's useful.
the whole like the orbs in the top left there, I didn't understand until
That's the moon.
I had to explain. It was Max when I fought the cat thing.
That's why.
And I'm like, oh.
So the moon phases directly influence different enemies. And so full moon deals more damage for certain types. So you might have got a bad one for the Nekomata, who then does extreme damage on the full moon.
Yeah.
Did you know that this game has a different battle theme for every phase of the moon too?
Really?
It's slightly different, but enough that if you compare them, you're like, oh yeah, that is different. Yeah, right? That's kind of cool.
Cool. Yeah, I just really like the whole atmosphere.
The atmosphere. Oh, and I can't wait for it on a updated for the Switch.
I can't wait for it to look good.
Right?
Like the muddy textures really didn't.
No, some
I didn't
people
those.
like the muddiness of
No.
it, but cleaned up like it is, it looks so much better. And those designs are already so good. It looks like the Kaneko art, which is like really good, even with the big mustache lips, which is like, you got to get used to
I'm looking
that.
forward to seeing what the whole deal is with that old woman and the boy who
Yeah.
give you your powers
Yeah,
and
for
follow
sure.
you throughout the game.
For sure.
You probably don't even know who they are.
Nope, I don't.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any fun dialogue you ran into with the demons? I
Oh
think
yeah, the dude at the park the demon at the park. He's like, oh my god, the fairy is so hot.
Yeah. So that's the thing. A lot of people think it's like all edgy throughout, but the demons are
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
kind of like lighthearted.
they're lighthearted. I mean,
And then there's like a starfish
Decarbia.
demon and Shibuya.
Yeah.
It's like waiting on Fornius.
Yeah.
So where's Fornius? I killed him.
Yeah. No, and then you got like Jack Frost, who's like, buy something or I'll kill myself.
I didn't get to him.
That's like way late in the game. It's like he to the hoe and I gotta go. I love Jack Frost. So overall, would you say you're excited for the HD version though?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually like.
Yeah,
get
because
into
then
it.
you'll get to sink your teeth in. And the thing about Merciful is all it does, people have examined the trailer, all it does is make you deal more damage. So they're like, honestly, it's not going to make the game a ton easier when you get unfair bosses. Like there's one dude who has a skill that just gives him 2 more turns and he can just use it over and over and over.
It's crazy.
Some people like the ruthlessness of it though. They're like, it's funny.
But you're not having fun yourself. Okay.
Right?
So I don't know how to say it.
Masochistic?
Masochistic. Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Okay,
Okay.
so
So
are we ready for the next one?
I don't know if you are.
I think I'm excited to give this one to you. I just need my phone for a sec. 1 sec. Just ask questions and I'll yell at them.
Is it a game?
It is.
Is it a game I can play?
Yes. On a system that you have hooked up already.
Cool. Is it an RPG?
I argue that it is. Other people say it's not.
Is it something I'm familiar with?
You've definitely heard of it.
Is it something that's been mentioned today?
Yes.
Is it Kamen Rider?
It's not.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it Dokapon?
Dame dane, dame yo,
it's Yakuza.
dame dane yo.
Yakuza.
あなたが好きで好きすぎて Oh no, my phone went away. どれだけそういうお酒でも歪まに思い出がバカみたい
Yakuza.
Yakuza 0.
0.
So 0 is, people say, the best starting point. Because it is just the one that is the best way to get you introduced. Yakuza 1's kind of old.
All right.
Yakuza 0.
Oh, it was right there.
Yep.
I didn't even see it. Oh,
Nope.
I got the blanket.
Yakuza 0 is a bit better to start with.
All right.
I'd like to see you stream it. I mean, just pop it over with your just PS4 streaming. You should have a good time.
Of course.
Don't rush the story.
Oh, I don't.
The main crux of it is doing side quests. And side quests, because you can rush the main story, but you'll be underleveled. You need to do side quests in this game. That's
Okay.
where you get your experience. And side quests are where the fun is.
All right.
That's where you and like there's stuff like go to the arcade and play old Sega games. Like they're in there. You get to do karaoke. That's where the Baka Mitai comes from, right? So yeah, I think I'm excited to see you give it a shot.
Cool.
I've not actually played Yakuza 0 myself. That's actually my first copy of it. I just bought it. But I watched playthroughs of the first couple hours a couple times, so like I know it. But that was one that I really wanted to see you give a shot to.
All right. Well, I've been interested, but again, I've done
A lot of other stuff, right? So that's what I want to see. Like, see if you can just get a little see what it's like. Yeah,
little crumb.
little taste, little taste.
All right.
Okay,
Are you comfortable with buying a game that's $12?
on what?
Steam.
That should be fine.
Okay. If you don't already have it, I'm not
That's
sure.
the thing. Yeah, I might. I totally might.
It's a Steam
Open up
game.
Steam. Okay, I'm opening up Steam. Okay.
It's in the second half of the alphabet.
Well, that narrows it down to only 500,000 games on Steam. Sounds good, Chief. All right, I'm going to just show you my library, and I'm going to ask if it's there.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to go to, I need to go to the, let's just see here. So let's go alphabetical. Where's my games alphabetically? All games alphabetical. Okay. So second half of the alphabet, what's that start
K.
at? K? Okay, so I'm going to scroll slowly. And you might see some stuff that you'll go, wow, you have a lot of visual novels, don't you, Tanner? The answer is yes. Is it Melty Blood?
No.
It's probably not Melty Blood.
Keep going.
Okay, so if I get to the letter and I need to slow down. Stop.
Go up.
Go up.
You don't have it.
I don't have it. Okay. All right. So, what genre is it in?
It's a very unique genre.
Okay, so if it would be...
I think it was like my first Steam game.
Okay.
So, it's...
Why don't I go to
indie.
your page?
I have like 7 games. You're going to like nail it right away.
Good. Let's see here. Friends. I need to find you.
And maybe you even played it before, but I'm not...
Let's see here. Is it Emily is Away?
No.
No, that's not there. Recently played. Let's see. Plants vs. Zombies?
Nope.
Okay. Papers, Please?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
You played that before?
I haven't, but I know about it.
It's really good.
Okay.
It's like the first Steam game I ever owned, so...
Cool. Well, let me actually check to see if it's on sale on Humble first.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Because why would I spend more extra money when I get it cheaper, right? Humble Bundle Papers, Please. That's usually the best one. That one is on there. I think it says $9.99 USD, which is, well,
It's like $2
It's like
cheaper.
$2 cheaper. That's fine. I'll put it into Steam to get it. I'll get that after. Okay. Papers, Please, then.
Can you stream that one?
Yeah, I should be able
Or
to.
play it at least?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely give that one a look.
Cool.
All right, so next time we're looking at Papers,
Yakuza's.
Please, and Yakuza 0. Sounds good.
All right.
Both about internal politics.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of.
All right, sounds good. So, we're on to the question time. So, first one comes from Mauricio. Says, hey guys, Mauricio here, aka Mark1247. How you guys doing? He said, we're pretty good. He says, I've been feeling a bit down lately because a manga I really, really like just got canceled. Oh, let's get to the questions. What was a game or whatever that you liked or got axed, that you liked but got axed or canceled? Sometimes you can't tell at all since there's never reports or sale numbers that goes to public, unfortunately. So it's something that got canceled that you aren't happy about, the big things. I know I got a couple.
You go first.
Mega Man Legends 3, Mega Man Universe, Shifty Look. Do you know about Shifty Look?
Sounds familiar.
It was a Namco comic and TV show service where they made TV shows and comics based off of a bunch of old Namco properties, and it had some really funny episodes of a show based on Mappy, their old cop mouse game, but it's it was more just a comedy show based on that, and it'll have stuff like the prince from Katamari comes in one day, he's like, hey, how you guys doing? They're just chatting, it's fun stuff like that. It just got canceled. I loved it. That was so good.
Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm 90% sure we are. See?
All right, just making
Yeah,
sure.
no worries.
There was a show called The Event that I watched a long time ago.
The Event.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it ended in its first season. It was just another planet entering the atmosphere, and that was it.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
And then, did it never get another season?
Nope.
Wow, that sucks.
It does.
That's bad. Wow.
It was just the lead up to the event. It wasn't the actual.
Yeah, right?
It's that sucks.
That kind of
I
sucks.
watched it with my dad too. I was like, oh, that kind of.
That's out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
It's been super interesting, but.
Yeah. Other stuff that got canceled.
I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff, but I'm not good at coming up with stuff on the.
For the most part, I usually don't jump on something quick enough that I have to worry about who's dinging me.
It's Nintendo themselves.
John Nintendo. Oh, it's just a video. No worries. I'm usually pretty good with like not jumping into stuff too early that it gets canceled. You know, like either I know the cancellation is coming or I'm not into it. It's like the big things were like the Mega Man stuff. There's a couple canceled games. I mean, I was kind of excited for Scalebound, but honestly, I'm more happy that we're getting something else.
Which is what?
We're getting the other Platinum game coming out soon, which I forgot. It's okay. There are other stuff they're working on.
I guess the complete version, the Chapter 3 of Metal Gear Solid 5.
That's a big one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where they basically said to Kojima, no, we don't have time. Leave the game incomplete. That sucks. That's about it. We got a couple.
All right.
Even if something you like got canceled, would you recommend to a friend, even if they're going to be sad at the end since it got canceled or no conclusion?
Oh yeah, Metal Gear, of course.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. Like if something doesn't have a conclusion, but it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, right? So I'm fine with I might let them know ahead of time, like just letting you know, like this doesn't go all the way, you know. I mean, heck, I gave you the Berserk movies, right? And like that doesn't end at the end of Berserk.
Or Hunter x Hunter, was that right one?
Oh. Hunter x Hunter, I wish got canceled. Because right now it's in this limbo of it's still ongoing, but it gets like a chapter every 2 years.
What if it's like what if One Piece ends up like that?
No. One Piece, literally, he has the outline like made, and it's in his will that like if he dies, he will give it to his editors to finish. One Piece, I'm sure that won't happen. But Hunter x Hunter, literally, before the hiatuses started, it went to a place where they basically said, we are on 1% of the world. And here, we're going to explore the rest of the world. And then, like, they've been on a boat this whole time. And I'm like, we're not going to see the rest of the world in our lifetime.
Rewinding a little bit, that Sheik game that got canceled.
Yeah.
That looked really cool.
That's cool.
But
yeah, there's a couple canceled Nintendo properties that looked pretty interesting.
But you don't know any of them, like, because like Nintendo doesn't tell you that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
right?
they keep it close to themselves. There's a couple things I'm happy got canceled. The gritty Kid Icarus God of War clone. That
really?
Did you see that?
No.
Oh my god, dude. Kid Icarus God of War. They were gonna make a gritty Kid Icarus that looked like God of War. I'm probably.
Oh, Spider-Man 3 or Spider-Man 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not here. Let's go. It was beta. Well, it'd be Kid Icarus on the Wii. Yeah, like Pit looked like this was Pit. Pit looked like
oh no,
edgy anime, like not even anime, edgy Western guy. And it would have been like a third-person shooter with like dark sort of elements. It looked bad. I'm happy that got canceled. Also, a game called Maverick Hunter. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
The edgy Mega Man X first-person shooter. Anything edgy like that, I'm like, we did pretty good. But yeah, no. Going back to the question, I think in general, like if something doesn't have a conclusion, but I'd say the journey is worth it, I would still recommend it. I would just tell them, hey, by the way, just letting you know, like this thing doesn't conclude perfectly, but the journey is worth it. And I think they'd be like, yeah.
Would I say that for Game of Thrones? It ended, but not very well.
It certainly did. I've heard some people say just tell them to watch up to like this certain episode, and then they can just be like, yep, that's it, done and dusted.
Honestly, I don't know. That last season ruined so much. It's like PTSD from it still. The fact that the franchise has fallen off the face of the earth. It really has.
And like no one's talking about it anymore. It's done. There was a time.
No, the books. I remember like
okay, but the books are so different.
He said like,
oh yeah, he said if it's not done by a few days ago, lock me up. And it's like, well,
we got stuff to do today,
get
boys.
in there, Grim. We gotta go. But no, like before it used to be like you would go on everywhere and you'd see like I'm his Khaleesi, and she's
my queen.
She's my Kyle Drogo.
She's
you
my
know?
queen.
So you'd see that, and you'd see people be like, I'm a Lannister, I'm a McTaggart, you know?
Imagine like being a kid named Khaleesi.
Oh, you're screwed.
Whew.
Can you imagine being named after something that ends badly? Like, the only thing you can say is we're fans of the books. Right? You have that excuse,
much,
right?
yeah. Man.
Oh, that'd be rough. I don't know. Would you say that for that? Would you recommend it still, even knowing it ends so badly?
It's so good. It is so good in those first few seasons. But it ends so terribly Tanner. Like,
I've heard. But dude, we're getting a trilogy of movies by the directors.
Those got canceled.
I know.
So that was literally for nothing. That shitty ending was literally for nothing.
It's so bad. But we're getting a prequel series. And we're getting a sequel series. Wait, didn't they get canceled too, maybe? I don't know. No one cares.
No one cares. No one cares anymore. I don't care. Anyways. That's it.
Looks like someone turned off the power for that Game of Thrones. Yeah.
That's a miss.
Yeah, I know. That was pretty bad. Thanks and take care. Thank you, Mauricio. Final question. We got one from Rivers. Hey, gamers. Rivers here. I've been reading a lot of visual novels this year and was recently finished the series Yumineko When They Cry, which is extremely good. So I was wondering what kind of experiences you two have with the genre or how you got into it if you have. Thanks.
Well, you know.
I'm going to let you go first.
Let this not run for an hour.
No, but I'm going to let you go first so that then I can pick up anything that you don't say.
Visual novels?
Yeah. Have
Does that
you
mean
played
like a
any?
Telltale game? Because that's like the closest.
That's kind of like one. Didn't you play Phoenix Wright?
I have in my 3DS. I played it for like an hour and then I
Okay, well
never
that's
played it
okay.
again.
That's not really.
But I do
playing
want to
it.
play it eventually.
Yeah, that's definitely one. I mean, Capcom puts it on sale like every
Yeah.
week on the Switch,
I'm like,
so it's
well,
like
it's on my wish list,
You're
right?
you're never not gonna find that on sale, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I'll get around to it.
That's
one
really
day.
worth it. That's a good one. So that was my first real intro was Phoenix Wright, because I remember getting the E3 disc in my Nintendo Power, and they had a commercial for it there. And it's like, lawyering has never been so cool. Be Phoenix Wright and defend justice. I'm like, that looks so fun. And I remember playing that game and just being like, when does the game start? Not realizing that the visual, like the reading was the game, right? But, so that's where I started. But where I kind of jumped really in was when I was in high school, and I had a friend who said, yo, check out this game. You can date disabled girls in it.
I think you told me about that.
Yeah. And so I was like, all right, that sounds pretty cool. Number one, not knowing that it was porn, which you unlock 90 hours in. But so I got that, and I was like, and I played it, and I'm like, wow, this game is just like a damn good book. And I played through one route of it, and I was like, and I was done. I know I had one friend who was like, yeah, I played through all the routes. And I'm like, how can you do that? I cannot betray my girl. Like, I cannot. I played the one route, and then I turned that game off. I got the good ending with her, and I'm like, I'm never touching this again. I can't cheat on her. Like, and dude, the main character has a heart condition. Guess what I have? A heart condition. So I was like, I connected with it, right? And in high school, I literally played it in class on my laptop, which is buck wild when, again, that game was technically pornography. It gets worse.
What?
Because once I played it in class, I had friends who were like, yo, dude, what are you playing? Like, dude, it's this really sweet game where you get to go through school and date girls and stuff, and they all have disabilities, but it's all about them overcoming their hardships. And I got all these normies into it. And so I had a USB stick that I would distribute out and let them install it. So I technically was distributing pornography in school.
Oh my god.
In hindsight, not my smartest move. However, it was fine.
It was fine.
And it just I got everyone into it, which was really cool. So yeah, that's where I started playing it there.
Did people come up to you saying bro, this is just porn at the end?
I had a couple who were like, I did not know. They're like, dude, I got to the scene with the lemon flavored lube, and I'm like, the what? He's like, you didn't date Emmy, dude? She like comes up to you, it's like, dude, check out this lube, it's lemon, eat my butthole. And I'm like, what? That game is really good though. That game is really good.
And that led you to Fate.
So because it wasn't just Fate, but I played a couple other visual novels that I just downloaded because actually in university I wrote a paper on visual novels because we had to do a paper on like what is a book, and so I did one doing the argument of our talking about our visual novels books, right? Or what are they? What differences do they make? And so I ended up doing a lot of research on visual novels for that, which was very interesting. And then from that, I played a bunch of different ones, just some whatever, threw it all out there, right? And then for a while, I kind of dropped off of visual novels. And then I came back with Danganronpa, which is kind of like a visual novel. It's like Phoenix Wright.
That's probably
style.
like the closest thing I've gotten.
Yeah, you've played that.
Because you gave it to me for an exchange.
And then the big one that I jumped on with was Fate, obviously, right? Again, I played 150 hours of that. Like, that is a freaking huge game.
You have like a shrine.
I
A literal
have
shrine.
I have a literal shrine to it. It's real big. I don't know if you saw, but that one, big one down there, that's the board game I got.
Oh, okay.
It's the official Fate board game. That's how big I'm in, how deep I'm in. People don't even know that exists, and I got it. But in
Looks
general,
like it's denting.
What's that?
Looks like it's denting. It's like the books on top are too heavy.
I don't think it is.
Maybe it's just the
I
perspective.
think it's just the perspective because it's a sturdy box. I actually did play the first hour and a half of Yumi Neko When They Cry. That game has some pretty whack character designs. I'm gonna show you what it looks like.
Oh.
So that game is old. This was like someone's like an old game. I'll show you here. They got re-released with better designs. So like okay, so no, that's this was one alt, like this doesn't look too bad, right? Like PS3 versus Pachinko, they look both like whatever. The originals are on the left here. Okay, can we load? Can we load so I can show you these? Uh-oh. I have to do a CAPTCHA.
Are you human?
Am I human? Choose all the airplanes. I hate these because I can never tell if I'm going to choose it right. Okay, right here. So the left ones were the first release.
Wow.
Yeah. So as you can see, they got a little bit of face melty syndrome. They looked pretty rough, the original
Middle guy
versions.
looks all right.
The main guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the main character.
Ah.
His first name is Battler. That's his name. Yeah, so they're a little rough in the initial one. So some people really like this art, like the original. I really don't like it. I think it's real hard to get through. But I played, like I said, about the first hour of it, hour and a half or some, which, boy, you can't really play the first couple of a visual novel. You don't get into it for the first 5 or 6. It's like saying play the first hour of a Persona game, right? Persona is pretty close to a visual novel in terms of being out and about.
Yeah, I wouldn't pin it like that.
Cutscenes, right?
I guess.
It's a little bit like that. So yeah, you don't have much experience with the genre.
No.
Yeah,
Not at all.
It is a really good genre, if a bit oversaturated. I think my biggest genre on Steam is that. If I actually check out my library, if I go to not by date, but I want to go by here, I have 76 visual novels on Steam. So
Jeez.
that's a lot. Some of them are like good big ones, you know. I have Cross Channel, I have The Fruit of Garcia, you know, I have the Higurashis, I have Narcissu. Oh man, I got this game a long time ago. This one made me cry. Frick, that's a good one. And then I have some really bad ones, because there's a bunch of shitty Western ones that are just, like, made for, like, you know, people to... I have Beach Bounce. It's bad. You know, there's so many that are just cash-ins to try and get people to feel horny and not actually do a good story. And it's like, that kind of sucks, because... Like, some of these have such good stories. Dude, I'm gonna be real. Nekopara is actually really good. But I really don't like that it's, you know, it has this
Like how you froze
okay,
up.
so I had Nekopara on my screen and my dad walked into the room, so I had to shut that off because I'm like, oh god. But it's actually, like, it's a really good story, and that's the thing. Like, there's some that have heart put into them, and those ones are the ones that you can really enjoy. And then there's the ones that are just made because there's anime boobers in it, and it's like, man, like, if there's anime boobers in the first 3 hours, it's probably not going to be very good, right? You want to get those ones that, if it's there, it's either there for story reasons or for, like, thematic reasons. Like, in Katawa Shoujo, the one with the disabled girls, it's there, and it is bad. But I don't mean bad as in, like, badly written, like Fate. Fate's is badly written. Oh god, that it sucks. But it's bad as in, you really go like, oh god, doing it with a girl with no legs presents many challenges that makes it horrible, right? What about the blind girl? How is that for her, right? The deaf girl. She doesn't know how loud she is, right? Like, but here's the thing. It's written in a respectful way. So it doesn't feel just like, oh man, time to crank the meat to this. It's like, no, it's there for reasons, right? And so it's, you know, different for that. So anyways, that's my thesis on visual novels. I actually got a really bad mark on that essay.
Really?
My teacher was like, she wrote, and these words freaking haunt me to this day. She said, I don't think you understood the main message of this class. Oh,
You say you bring up all these stories about teachers talking to you, and I'm like, I don't get that. They don't personally talk to me. Do you personally talk to you?
oh yeah.
I don't talk to me.
How many people are in your classes usually?
Like 25, 30.
Really?
Yeah.
Because for me, whenever I wrote a
Are we
paper...
talking strictly university?
This is university.
Yeah.
In university, whenever I wrote a paper, the teacher would then bring me, like, bring each person up to the front and be like, just say, like, I'm talking to each person individually. When I call
I
you
guess
up,
it did
come
happen
here.
a bit, but nothing that really stuck out to me.
Well, because normally it's fine, but when you get a bad one, that sticks with you. To get to the end of the year and have the teacher say, I don't think you understood the point of this class. I'm like, frick,
There are a lot more,
I want to die.
There are a lot more instances where it's like, oh, team up with another classmate to like critique each other's work. And
Well, yeah, like you had that, but this is like the finished product sort of speech. That sucked. Hey, but all the ones I did on JoJo, 100%. Rock
and you
those
also
ones.
like, I only got through 2 years of university while you did the whole thing. So,
5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yup. All right, I hope that answers your question, Rivers. I mean, you got me to answer, and you got a little bit. Yeah, a little touch.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe I'll give you a visual novel one day. Except it'd be tough because you wouldn't get through any significant part of it. That's why it doesn't really work for quick looks.
That's fair.
But
That's fair.
We'll see. Maybe I'll figure something out. Okay. Well, that said, I think we have no spoiler talk, so we are going to be...
No spoiler talk about anything?
No, I don't have anything to talk about.
JoJo 100 is coming up soon.
Well, yeah, but it hasn't come out since we last did a podcast.
What day is it today?
Today is Wednesday the 5th.
So maybe 2 weeks still? Two
Yeah.
and a half?
So we'll see. It might be next time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we have the State of Play to talk about next
Yes, we do.
time.
Who knows? Nintendo might shadow drop more stuff. They like to seem to do that now.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe they'll just be shadow dropping stuff as time goes on. Yeah. I'm playing through stuff on my channel. Still working through Fate Apocrypha, which is the show. Still playing Fate Holotraxia, which is the visual novel. Still playing Fate Grand Order, which is the mobile game. Playing Metabots. I'll be going back to Halo after Fate Apocrypha is done, because doing 3 Fate things at once on the channel, It's a little bit much, I feel.
Oh yeah, a
'Cause-
little bit.
I'll start a part and I'll say, hey, welcome back to Fate. And then I have to go, what am I playing right now? What am I watching? All right, it's this one, right? Blend together a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm Tanner,
I'm Adrian.
and we will see you next time for some more Ships Worldwide.
Blanky mode.
You are blanky mode. My room's not as cool now. It's warmed up a bit.
Okay, compared to the heat we were sitting on.
That's
the
true.
side,
We were outside in the sun.
Yeah.
I know my room's always cold. I'll be putting on the fan after this to circulate it, bring the cool up and the heat down, all that good stuff. So yeah, you keep doing visual things that no one can see. You're spinning your finger.
That's not my problem.
Okay. We'll see you guys next time for some more. Ciao.
Bye bye.